Okay, welcome. Hello, YouTube. I hope you can hear me. Let's see, let's give it a moment. I really honestly have no idea. This is my very first time on YouTube Live. And I'm coming over, moving my content, moving my spirit guides, my torchbearers over from TikTok. And so I am, I am going to be figuring out how to manage this live. I'll be going live here every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is when I normally go live on my TikToks. This is if the live ban goes through. So I'm just going to kind of yap it the screen for a moment until some of my torchbearers join. Hi, Jenny. Thank you for being here. How are you? I hope I can make the chat bigger. Let's see here. Let's see here. Clear. Okay. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing, y'all. Can you hear me okay? I decided to use the mic because I feel like y'all are kind of far away. I decided to put you farther away so that we could also, I went ahead and I made an entire whiteboard for us of the different fragrances. And we're going to talk about that tonight. I'm going to do our very first collective reading. I decided to do the Capricorn. Since we're in Capricorn season, it's the last week of that. I'm getting started and finalizing a lot of the Aquarius Spirit Guide Intention candle. And so as I'm working on that, I felt like, why not bring that energy over here to YouTube? So what's interesting, this is something I've got to get up to 500 followers apparently so that I can get better exposure, but that's okay. What I really want is to be able to be accessing my torchbearers, which if you're subscribed to me, then you can access my live. I have access to my torchbearers and then 25 additional people. So here's manifesting those 25 people become torchbearers, and then we can just continue to get 25 people. It is hard to read the chat. I'm going to see if I can maybe pull it up on my iPad. It's very small. You're great. Hope I'm well. I am doing well. Thank you. Lots of luck. Thank you, Lady Shay. I love it that your names are found me. Hi, Mom. Yes, I'm here. I was running a couple moments behind, trying to get everything set up. Everything is very different on the screen, but and I do have some music on that is supposed to be copyright safe for YouTube. Here's hoping, because you can't play copyrighted music like we do for TikTok. So thank you all for coming over here tonight. We're going to be talking about fragrances, like I was saying. I've already broken down all the fragrances into different categories, and we're going to discuss. I'm actually going to have y'all vote and rate which fragrances out of each category. So we're going to come up with like a top 3 out of every category, sometimes like a top 2, because some categories are smaller. And then that way we can also know what fragrances may be on the cutting block, because we have 24 fragrances available and 35 different spirit guides. So, and these are all natural essential oil derived fragrances for anybody that happens to be, I don't know, scrolling by. I don't know how YouTube works. I don't really watch lives on YouTube. So we'll see who we get coming through here, other than the torchbearers. Aquarius is in your is your jam. What scent are you doing? So Jenny, I'm up to y'all on the fragrances. So right now I haven't started researching the fragrances yet. I've been asking what fragrances y'all would like. I'm going to do the same concept where it's going to be a D10, a dice roll out of 10 fragrances that I have available. It might change and become a D6. It might be something smaller, or a D4 if I need to. But I'm going to choose what fragrances best fit and best are suited for that spirit guide, which is the Aquarius Zodiac candle. And then I'm going to choose that out of all those fragrances, out of what y'all pick as well. And we will put a list together out of what the role will be. But you can always choose whatever fragrance you'd like as well. I have a couple in mind. We've talked about it here. You said you'd like Pear, the unicorn. I know we've heard that as well. Good day. Hi, Steven. Thank you for coming over. It's obvious what team you play for. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment. Maybe it's the painted nails, even though I think that, maybe you should look at what masculinity is on your own end. But irregardless, I'm not insecure about my masculinity or my femininity. I've actually balanced out, and I have a candle for you that would really work really well. The masculine and feminine balance of the sun and the moon. It's an eclipse. We have one coming up on March something. So it's a really great opportunity to leave old mindsets behind and transform and step into really beautiful new ones. And so that you can check that guide out. I can't say check it out here because I'm not on TikTok, but you can go to my website, which is in the link of this bio as well. I don't know where you go here, spiritguideapothecary.com though, and you can work with this. Is currently 22% off right now. All of my candles, as the ship sinks on TikTok, I'm going down with the ship and I'm playing my violin, and I am offering you a 22% off sale on all of my goodies. You all have already taken advantage of my video recorded readings, so I've got you on my list. I was already free of all my bookings, so you guys will get to a lot quicker because I don't have any prior clients. So cool. That's a good one, so check it out. But I'm excited to discuss what I have on the board, what fragrances that we're going to be maybe on the cutting block. We're going to vote for fragrances so we can decide our favorite of each category. Maybe we can discuss also names like I was wanting to do. I've come up with some, but I want the name for the fragrance to really help you understand, or someone that hasn't worked with the candle before, to understand what that fragrance is like, what that experience, almost to paint an image. We already have the key intentions on the front of the candle that helps you understand what the guide comes through. I don't know how to mirror it, so we're gonna have to deal with that for a little while, because I'm not sure how to do that here on YouTube. If anybody is used to YouTube, let me see if I can pull this up too. Then please give me guidance on how to manage all of these happenings right now. Let's see. Also, I don't know if I can make moderators or anything like that, but I'm okay right now. We're not going to be popping off or anything, so I can manage it. But let's see here. Let me see. Can I see my live? Oh, I think I can see my live. Let me just mute this. But I'm okay right now. Ooh, I don't want to hear me. Close. Okay, cool. Now I can see the chat a lot better. Let me see if I can just set this up right here. No, maybe flat. I think flat's better. Okay, y'all. So I also, like I was saying, we're going to talk about the fragrances, all those goodies. Everything's 22% off right now for the next couple days or so, next week or so, till Aquarius season is kind of the way I'm looking at it. But it's really on my website, I think, until the 19th, which is when the TikTok ban goes through. So the day the TikTok ban goes through is the last day of the sale. And so, which, I mean, that is actually Aquarius Day, isn't it? Is that the 20th? No, Aquarius season falls on the 20th. So that's interesting. It's falling with this kind of pattern, or this new beginning. Here we are on a new platform. So thank you for being kind and welcoming here. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Torchbearers. We're going to go live on Sunday here. We may do a little bit of both. I can make mods on YouTube. Okay, cool. I got to see how to do that. I might have to read that after this. Let me see if I can make the chat. Oh, I wonder if this is the right form on YouTube. How's it look on y'all's end? I did it up and down. I can do it sideways, but boy, you would be seeing different things, huh? Okay. I'm going to see what y'all are saying here. Obvious. Okay. Please share it. Okay. Blah, blah. Y'all are sweet. Okay. Looks great. Okay. So you're able to see it on, if you're on your phone, I bet it looks good. If you're on your phone, I would imagine it looks good. And if you're on a computer, you might want it to be the widescreen. When I opened on my iPad, I can see that it's skinny. See? So that's not as cute, but it's okay. We're gonna have a good time regardless. At the end, like I said, we're gonna do a collective reading to ground in the space. Either way, I would like to start doing more content over here, because I think that TikTok is always kind of on the cutting block. So I've been doing YouTube actually since I looked and I joined and started creating content today. I organized my playlists on YouTube so that it made it a little more organized for y'all, going through it and looking at past readings or channel messages, or if you just want to focus on charm readings or hit clip readings. I'm going to start bringing that content over here some sporadically, depending on if the ban goes through. But I definitely have a lot of great long formatted content on here that is really a great catalog for y'all to go back and watch, because these specifically, the way I designed these YouTube videos is for them to be a catalog for you to come to. I have one with superpowers if you want to work with Marvel characters or see what superhero you are. It's one of my very first couple of readings I did, and it's still one of my favorites I refer people to if you've not watched my YouTube before. So you can go through after this if you're interested and check out my playlist. But I've been posting since 2021, which is around the same time that I started shortly after TikTok, because I kind of started TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, all those things around the same time, kind of casting my net out, and TikTok was the one that was gathering a lot of community people. So, which you're all here for me now. So a lot of you are, and it's cool. On Sunday, we'll probably have a even bigger gathering each Sunday because that's more of our regular gathering. But I love to have you all here with me as we're going to discuss these fragrances, do a reading together, and then at the end, I'll pick candles for all of you, which also comes with like a mini reading. If you're a part of my email list, then you would have gotten my like newsletter, if you will, today, which does discuss all of these things. So I appreciate you for being here and for tapping the screen, if you can even do that here. But let's begin, shall we? I think the first thing that we'll talk and do is our howl, because it's the thing that we do over on TikTok, and it's a way to establish a good frequency. It lets all of our subconscious know, and even the spirit guide know, that we're really ready to work with its energy. Hi, Tia. Looks good on the phone. Okay, cool. New beginnings. Okay. On Roku, everything looks great. Oh, cool. You got me on your TV. Okay. Hi. 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 Okay. I love that all your names are the same. Did y'all do that for me? Because I swear I was so concerned I wasn't going to know who y'all were. I was like, I'm not gonna know. Teal's in the house. Teal's here. I know, it feels like TikTok. I feel good, y'all. Thank you. It feels really nice to not feel overwhelmed, because I'll tell you, I've gone on Instagram before, and it's just overwhelming to be on a different platform because you're not getting sent out to the same normal people. Even if it's you know, people that don't always stay in the live for a long time, it's still people that kind of know what I do. And here it's a new crowd. So it's cool to have y'all here as we discuss and vote on fragrances. So the different categories I chose, I have done sweet fragrances, which surprisingly I have. I thought you were going to be able to read this before when I did it. Let's see if I can figure out how to turn on. No. I'm just clicking the screen a bunch of times. Nothing's happening. Oh, a plus sign? Start a poll. Oh, I can do polls though. This is good. We're going to use that. I can comment. Someone wanna do a quick Google for me? It's okay. I'll just read everything to you, which I was gonna do anyways. But just pretend you can read all this. It's kind of far away anyways, and it's a little bit of a, just stick with me, okay? Just enjoy what I've created here for you. So we've got sweet over here. I gotta be careful because is it too loud? I forget that I'm on a microphone. We've got 7 sweet fragrances, one of which is seasonal, but I've kind of been back and forth with whether to make it a more permanent fragrance because I love it so much. And that is the All Hallows Eve apple pie fragrance from this last season. I still have 2 left, by the way, so get those because the inventory right now available is very limited. And so apple, vanilla, cinnamon, and lemon. And then unicorn, pear, salvia, which is the second, I think, most sweet fragrance. I kind of did them in order of the most potently, fragrantly sweet. Even though the apple pie also has some spices going on, I do feel like it's one of the most sweet fragrances. And then unicorn with pear and salvia. Bear, which has pear, cedarwood, and basil, a little more woodsy and earthy and balanced, but still very sweet. And it feels like a really wonderful, pleasant fragrance. It had to go under the sweet area. I'd love y'all's opinions on some of these because that one could have gone under the woodsy or something like that. But I do want to give you guidance in a way that won't push you away from a fragrance because it's not a woodsy candle. If you don't like sweet, you probably wouldn't like the candle and you would want something more traditionally woodsy like the Sun Spirit Guide, cedarwood, and patchouli, right? So back to over here on these sweet fragrances, which is The Witch is the next one. Goji berry, grapefruit, and patchouli, absolutely becoming one of my favorites actually, especially when it has a little longer to cure. So I'm going to try to keep that one in stock a little bit more buffed up. so that I have more candles sitting on the shelf a little longer, because it is one of the ones that is just such a beautiful fragrance. But since grapefruit is very buttery and light, and you guys have been asking for a grapefruit fragrance, I really wanted to bring it in. And goji berry is a really wonderful companion to it. And I feel like the patchouli just helps ground it all. Let me see what y'all are saying, if anything that I need to say. Hello, hello, anybody that's joining that I haven't said hi to. Thank you for being here. Volume's good. Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh, Christopher. Oh, that's Todd. Hi, Todd. I didn't recognize your name because of the Christopher. That's funny. Okay, back to fragrances here. The turtle and water is the next sweet fragrance that I have on the list, and it is pineapple, coconut, vanilla, and cedarwood. And it's like a pina colada, really tropical, very good for underneath the sweet fragrance. I also have the dragon fly under here, which is lily of the valley and pineapple. It does have some more floral notes, so I went back and forth with putting it under the clean and fresh. I did have a floral section. I went away with it because I don't think many people really like florals, and I think because I use natural fragrances in general, I don't necessarily want to push that idea. It's already kind of hard for people to conceptualize a good floral fragrance because most things they're thinking of are synthetically created. And so even things that I don't like jasmine, like I've never liked jasmine in a synthetic fragrance or in a perfume or things like that. It's always too floral. Or even mango oftentimes comes through too floral. I've used it in the dragonfly. It's been in the dragonfly most recently, because sometimes the line or the fragrance changes just ever so slightly depending on what fragrance oils and essential oils I have. So, but okay, lily of the valley and pineapple, and then horse, the last sweet fragrance. I did want this category. I am happy to see how boisterous. I've been using that word lately, but how full it is. 7 fragrances is good. I think we could cut maybe 1 or 2 in order to make room. And these aren't going to be cut forever. They will go on to, I have a discontinued list on this page here that tells me all the fragrances we've already taken away. Like the wolf spirit used to just be pure cedarwood, and now it's become cedarwood and patchouli with the sun spirit guide as well. So that's the sweet fragrances, right? And moving on to the warm, spicy fragrances that I have down here on the bottom. There's only 3 that I actually placed in this category, though there are a couple other guys that could fit here because the woodsy category is very similar. It's just not as spicy and warm. It has a little more of those, you feel like you're walking through a forest. And even some of the more floral guides could end up under the woodsy category, is where I was almost tempted to put them, like cat, which we'll talk about it. We're gonna see. I have cat under the meditative and grounding section. So okay. The warm and spicy fragrances, we have Badger. I'm going to tell you all of them first, right? Because I feel like that makes sense, and then we'll talk about them all. I'm going to try to move a little quicker here. Warm and spicy. Badger, cinnamon, and vanilla. Really one of my favorite fragrances. Todd, that's one of your favorite fragrances. You are a Hufflepuff, so that does make sense. And then Dragon is there as well. Cinnamon, vanilla, frankincense, and jasmine. And Dragon was one of the ones that I did feel like it's fitting under a couple of categories because I have so many oils in it that make up the fragrance. But it is best suited under this warm and spicy fragrance category, I feel. And then the most spicy, actually, which it was warm, then going to spicy, the most spicy of them all is the Fox, cinnamon and orange. You're really going to, that cinnamon is going to take over in that candle. It's mostly a cinnamon fragrance candle. And then the oranges are really good just to balance it. So you don't just get like fireball, it really feels more like fall, citrus, apple cider vinegar kind of vibes. So I love that category. I was kind of surprised that there was only 3 underneath there. So we'll see here. Please. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Lady Shay. Let me see if I can click here. Am I under my thing? Can I make you a mod? Put user in timeout? No, I don't want to do that. Add as moderator. Manage standard moderator. Okay. Lady Shay, you're a moderator now. Pixie Mom. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Okay, so next is Woodsy. I did, okay? Woodsy is the next one I decided to these two, when we're voting, we might combine this category because I'm thinking of doing, out of the 7, we choose a top 3. And that means all the rest of the 7 are kind of on the cutting block. And then we might decide, we might give them a ranking all the way. Like, I kind of want to do that. Like, we just talk, and it doesn't mean that one is bad or we're just going to vote, right? We're going to do a poll for each category and decide our favorite for each one. And then we'll see the ranking order, and that will help me know which ones can maybe go into the closet for a little while. And I might do the same thing on TikTok later this week. I have plan to make candles tomorrow. And so when I'm making candles, once I know all this information, I'm kind of going to use that to help me as well, because I'm very limited on what inventory I can stock up with 25 different fragrances. It is a lot of fragrances to maintain throughout the year. So I'm trying to maybe cut down to like 15, 12 to 15 fragrances. But when I'm looking at my categories, I got to admit, it is hard. I love all my babies. I've done so much work to make these fragrances. It's hard to let them go in any big way. So, okay. Woodsy, sunny. I'm gonna move this over a little bit so I can get a little more on camera. We're 19 minutes in. I've got a time thing on there. Okay, well, I've been yapping. Woodsy, are you ready? Let's go. Woodsy is the Sun and Wolf, which we talked about, cedarwood and patchouli. That's the most like basic woodsy fragrance you could ever get. Is perfect. Actually, one of my classics. I have a ton of people that use it as their cabin fragrance. Like they literally classify it as their, not just one group of people. Like it's become a thing. So that's cool. And then I put Hecate and Phoenix under here, though the Lily of the Valley is really, quite floral. In mixed with this, it still feels very much in the woodsy category, almost like you're walking through an orchard of the lilies, or lilies of the valley. I mean, something along those lines. That's also the Phoenix. The Phoenix does get an anointing of allspice, which could help bring it into the warmer, spicy section. But it is still kind of under that woodsy area. Then the last one that I categorized under the woodsy, which I've kind of gone back and forth with if it falls here or not, and it is the winter/eagle, and that is the silver fir and vanilla. So it's a really warm and clean fragrance. You do get the piney kind of. Silver fir is a much less like, I love silver fir. It's a little less intense than straight pine is, but it still gives you a lot of those evergreen notes of that calming energy. And I crave that in the wintertime. And so it's a really great match for that. And then vanilla, especially the vanilla that I use, since it's all natural, it does have a lot more warmth to it than I was surprised by vanilla. And when you look up vanilla, it's often described as a warm fragrance and something that adds a lot of warmth. But since we have been introduced to vanilla being something that's like extremely sweet, we just don't think of those things with vanilla as often with fragrances. So it's fun to play with that and kind of teach us all. I'm learning too. As I've made these fragrances, I've started to realize, oh, that's not adding the sweetness I wanted. I want a little more sweetness to the candle. I'm going to have to go with something different to get that. Okay, so continuing on, that's all the woodsy that we have. Now clean and fresh. This is where some of the floral, like clean, fresh, I just feel like this area and meditative and grounding is a little blurry. Like there's some fragrances that could go back and forth here. And definitely some areas that we're going to potentially remove from. So let me read them to you. The owl is the first one I chose for clean and fresh under clean kind of category. Eucalyptus and lemon. It's a very clean fragrance. It is something that is very invigorating as well, very awakening, especially for your like third eye and crown chakra. It feels like something that will really punch your sight clear. If you've been feeling like you can't quite get the clarity you've been grasping, it fits the guide perfectly. So, but it is one of the ones I'm debating on getting rid of. And then otter spirit guide, eucalyptus and mint. This is a perfect, very similar to owl in its approach to a more clean and medicinal kind of approach to healing. It's very much almost like a Vicks Vapor Rub in the perfect ways. I use Vicks Vapor Rub, my family does, for everything. So it just seems like it'd be hard to get rid of that fragrance. And I think it's the perfect clean fragrance. It just sort of fits in also with the elephant. That's also a very clean fragrance, but I put that under the meditative grounding section. Okay, B is the next one I chose, kind of still in the clean and fresh area. A citrus fragrance that's very orange and lemon. It's very clean and citrus and bright. And then deer, lemongrass, and lavender. We have a couple lavender fragrances here. I may get rid of one of these lavenders for right now. We're going to talk about all this, but deer is lemongrass and lavender. Eclipse is a new fragrance that y'all are loving. I actually have to make some this week, and it is cedar wood and lavender, which I have to see if I have enough cedar wood to make it. So it may be that the Eclipse fragrance is paused for a bit. And then Moon, which is just lavender, which is a beautiful fragrance. I love lavender by itself. I have a really good lavender. The lavender I use is a really beautiful fragrance. It's not too floral. It's got a hint of sweetness to it, so I really enjoy it. And so that's a really good category, I feel like, for the clean and fresh area. Now, moving to the last category, the meditative and grounding, we find frankincense with the Raven spirit guide. Really good for meditation and grounding. Really kind of, this is like almost the earthy category. And then you have moth, which is patchouli and mint. Also a really clean and invigorating fragrance. That could have gone over to the clean and fresh area as well. One of my favorites, it's just a little too earthy to put it into the clean category. I feel like it's similar to the fresh rain. You know, when you think of fresh rain, you don't often realize that that's actually all the floral notes and the actual soil being expressed from the water being activated. And so we're actually talking about fresh rain. We're really talking about more earthy, grounded fragrances. And so those two are just really, they're fitting in different directions, right? So rabbit, rosemary, and basil, really herbaceous, really herbaceous, but like licorice notes. And I just love rosemary as a fragrance. I think it's a really just comforting fragrance in a candle. I just find that I really navigate towards the rosemary. And then elephant is here as well with rosemary and lemon. This is one that I'm thinking of potentially getting rid of, maybe reinventing. When I say getting rid of the fragrance, it'll go on hold. That guide may go with another fragrance that's already available that matches its energy, or it may get an entire new fragrance for that guide. I haven't decided what's going to happen. I think there are definitely, like this category, woodsy, has a pairing for everyone, whereas there's some categories that don't have a single pairing of a second guide. So I definitely would like to spread that out a little bit as well, so that there's more, probably because there's so many of these guides here, right? So that's what we'll do. But okay, elephant, rosemary, and lemon. And then the last one I put here, and I moved this guide a couple of times, it's cat, jasmine, frankincense, and lemongrass. It is very clean and also very floral. It's my most floral candle. So I feel like for meditative and grounding, it fits under there. When you guys go under each guide, it'll obviously have the description of the guide or of the fragrance. But this will be more of like a underneath the main section of the by four, or even the intuitively selected candle. You'll be able to read all the different fragrances. And I'll also probably add a category of just fragrance descriptions and all of that. So anybody that's interested and really wants to understand the line of fragrances that I have available and descriptions of each of them and the different categories that they might break into, then that will be available for you as well, which I already do have that available for you on my website. But that's all the different fragrances, 24 of them. I feel like, look, 26 minutes just to tell you my fragrances. I have been doing this for 5 years, so 25 fragrances has been a journey, but I have loved creating each one of them. So I'm excited to get y'all's opinion on them. You love the Badger, love the Fox too. Let's see here. It's not too loud. Okay, good. It should auto adjust, which I love about that. And so that hopefully everything sounds like crisp and clear for you on your end. And you probably can't hear the music, but it's helping my, background noise in my brain. I see that I have moderator privileges. Welcome. Hi, Audrey. Hi. Okay, let's see here. I'm subscribing to everyone in here. I love it. Dear is in my second favorite. Oh my goodness, 12 people viewing. Love. I know, I love it so much. I was honestly expecting like 4 of you to come, so thank you. And I love this too because it actually will catalog this. So I think I get to save all this and it will automatically post to YouTube. So that's pretty cool. I don't have to do we'll see. This is maybe all happening for a reason, like everything that Spirit does, right? Always some sort of reason behind it. So okay, let me get my this is my marker here. We're gonna have to hold on. I'm going to need multiple colors because we're going to have to star and number. Okay, so again, to remind you, I just told you all the fragrances. Now, I also want to think about fragrance names as we're going through now. As we go through each category again, I think we'll start with one at a time, right? And we'll start voting as each category as well. As we go, we'll talk about each fragrance. And just like I was just talking about it in like small way. We'll expand upon it. I'm going to take notes that we're talking about. I might even sit down. I really just wanted to show you the fragrance board and stuff. And we will still write, and I want to also write and star all of the order. So we're going to go through each category. And I feel like maybe instead, since we went this way, we'll go back that direction and end with sweet, right? Sweet's our favorite. It is our favorite, and it's going to be the hardest for me as well. So I think we'll start with the meditative and grounding, go into the clean and fresh. We're going to combine the woodsy and warm and spicy, and I think we'll pick top two for each one. We're going to do the numbering all the way. So we'll kind of break those into one category because that's 6 fragrances, which this is 5, 6, and 7. And then the sweet, which has the most, which one of them is seasonal. So technically it has the same as the clean and fresh. Okay, dokie. I'm having fun. Okay, let's see here. On this account, 2? Yeah. I don't know if you're saying like I'm over on this account. Yeah, I am. This is where I'm going to be from now on, actually, if TikTok ban actually goes through. So you'll have to follow me here, and you can also check out my longer formatted readings and things like that. And we are going to now discuss the fragrances by categories. Let's do it. So starting with the meditative and grounding, which is this category here on the right, we had the raven, the moth, the rabbit, the elephant, and the cat. So I'm going to actually I think I can do it here on this end. Oh, wait, no. Can I? Oh, wait, Lady Shay, are you able to do it? Maybe it'd be faster. Are you on your phone or on a... Let me see. How do I do this? Start a poll. Add options. Okay. Here we go. So, meditative. Meditation. Grounding. Okay, so 1 is raven, moth. I'm just going to do the guide, and y'all will have to remember, right? I'm going to say the fragrances. Raven, moth, add option. Rabbit, elephant. Not a rabbit, elephant. Rabbit and elephant. Elephant. Oh, I can only do 4. Shite. That's annoying. How are we going to do this now? Okay, maybe we'll do other, and then we'll have to do another vote for the other fragrances. That's confusing, though. Hold on. We can only do 4 options. I wonder if I can just do a Q&A, and then y'all can put the choice. Let's try that. Let me hit back. I might have to redo this. I'm sorry, y'all. Thank you for being patient with me tonight while I figure out YouTube, because YouTube is different. Okay. Grounding. Okay, I like this. I think this will work. Grounding and meditative. Grounding meditation. And then y'all will put your answer in, right, of the different guides. Answers will appear as chat messages. Okay, I'm going to put it right there for now. No, can I put it over here for now? A little smaller so it doesn't take up the whole screen. And then I'm not going to start it yet because let's talk about it for a moment. Because if I start it, then it might, I don't know if it goes away. Okay, I think that makes sense. Okay, so again, the options are, right? So remember the guide's name when you like it. If you remember having the fragrance, even better. If there's something, if you're voting and you've never had the fragrance before, that's okay too. Just try to pay attention to when I describe the fragrance and the torchbearers that do put in the chat. I'd love to hear before you vote. I'd love to hear what you think of the fragrance as well. And I am going to jot those things down if I have my pencil. Oh, there it is. As we go, which I think I have. Okay, so OMG YouTube Live, I know. I'm figuring out how it works too. Don't worry. But it's so far so good. I've been enjoying it. It feels very much like TikTok. I'm not sure how it's sending it all out to people and stuff, but the fact that the torchbearers are all here makes me happy. And I mean, some of you are gonna make your way eventually, but tonight's live was more for getting used to YouTube. Oof, gosh, it's gonna get a while till I get used to saying YouTube instead of TikTok. And then talking about the fragrances, which I'm really excited because all of you have had them. So most of you have had all of them as well. So, all right, we're talking about meditative and grounding fragrances. This is the raven, which is frankincense, the moth, which is patchouli and spearmint, the rabbit, which is rosemary and basil, the elephant, which is rosemary and lemon, and then the cat, which is jasmine, frankincense, and lemongrass. So, reminders. Raven, frankincense, which we're looking at raven. I always think of the raven spirit. I describe it as the most like petrichor, which is like fresh rain. It's very earthy though, very grounding. I really love, oh, I wanted to pull them each down. Okay, let's go. Hold on. I was gonna pull them down and show you them as we go too. So let's move this here. We're gonna make a pile of all the meditative fragrances. So raven, which is the frankincense. It's just so, I mean, when I say clean, I got to get better too because it's not a clean fragrance, but I feel refreshing is a better description. It just feels like really like how rain feels, like you just feel cleansed, you just feel cleansing energy. What do y'all feel when you work with the raven spirit guide? Not only energy, I mean the fragrances. What memories get triggered when you smell it, when you have that candle going, when you smell the frankincense, or when you think of frankincense as a fragrance. Not only when you think of, I often get that combination of frankincense and myrrh, and it's interesting that even though this is only frankincense, I don't know if it's like a, fill in the blank kind of thing. I just like without frankincense and myrrh here, I just feel like this smells like it. It's so nice, and I could see myself getting rid of just the guides that have just one fragrance oil. As nice as they are, it might be more fun to get rid of some of those and put that energy because this is in the cat as well. Frankincense is in a couple of guides. Right now, I believe it is in the cat as well as the dragon. I think dragon would be the closest pairing of this, but with those cinnamon and vanilla, it'd be spicy a little bit with it as well. Spicy and sweet. And then the jasmine gives it a little more floral notes. Dragon's an interesting fragrance. I love it. It's like a hot, cold, icy hot. Not icy hot, but like actual elemental. Like you feel that from the fragrance because I chose too warm and too fire and too water. And I feel like that mixing really follows through in the way that the fragrance throws and smells. Let's see here, frankincense and myrrh and orange. Ooh, that would be a beautiful combination, right? Let's see here. Rabbit elephant. Next group of the theme guides. Twisted spirits. Actually, don't tempt me. I love that idea. Todd, of course it's you. I was like, who made that comment? Of course it's you. Twisted spirits. Actually, that would be really cool. Rabid elephant. You guys are killing them off. Not you guys specifically. Society, you're killing off all the fucking elephants. I'm going to make rabid elephants to make them haunt you and feel guilty so that you'll stop killing them. And their abilities, imagine. That'd be cool. Like this is secrets, Todd. Secrets, Todd. Not a fan of the raven. Smells dirty to me. See, it's earthy. Okay, interesting. I think that you and Torchbearer Trisha, if I remember correctly, I can't remember if she likes frankincense or not. I know she doesn't like patchouli and cedarwood. I've never gotten, a couple of people have told me that they don't like frankincense in general before they've ever worked with my candle, but I have never gotten many people that have been like, either kind enough or confident enough or don't want to be rude and say, I just don't like the raven scent. I've got 25 fragrances. Don't feel like you're going to offend me. I have got a lot of different options for you if there's not one. Not to mention the fact that everything I do is a natural fragrance oil. It's not gonna have. That's why I was saying I think it is really earthy. It's really honestly under the right category, I think, for meditative and grounding. Right? It feels dirty. I like that it feels like instead of dirty, it makes me think of like digging through the soil. Like you're out in the rain and you've got like earthworms and things, or like you're like making a clay bath for yourself, or like not a clay, but like an earth soil. You know what I mean? I guess clay could be there too. Yeah, like clay. Like maybe when you're playing with clay or Play-Doh, it kind of almost does have a Play-Doh smell because Play-Doh's kind of earthy, you know? I see what you mean, Jenny. I see what you mean. Okay, so Raven, right? I'm getting some of your feedback on it. I'm loving it. I might be missing some of that. I might also not be taking notes because I'm just going to be too much in the moment, but we'll see. Watermelon. What does that say? Plus cake for fairy candle march. Ooh, I don't have any of those fragrances, Christina. So I don't know about that, but that does sound amazing. A watermelon fragrance I have looked for. I can't find a good watermelon fragrance that's natural. I have ordered one before that is watermelon, or it's melon. It's got like a bunch of melons in it. And I just did not like it. I thought it just smelled weird. And sometimes, maybe they've changed the recipe, so I could go back to that company. But right now, I don't have something that I think would be comparable to watermelon. I do have some other things in mind that are coming up for the springtime. But I love hearing what fragrances. I know y'all have asked for watermelon before, but oleander, I'm not familiar with. It sounds, describe that to me. What is oleander? It sounds floral, like something that's floral. It sounds familiar, like the idea of it, but I'm not placing it. But okay. So let's see here. Okay, so Raven, let me continue with the as you type. Moth is the next one I wrote down, which is something that could go under a different category here. Could be under the clean and fresh category. Oh my gosh. One of my favorite fragrances. It will not be going away if I can help it. One of the best. It's so good, y'all. I wish we had smell-o-vision for you. The Moth Spirit Guide, which is patchouli and spearmint together. I feel that I get the perfect on the nose, it always comes through more minty, but I'm reminding myself of the throw of the candle. It always comes through earthier when it's throwing because of the patchouli. So it has a little of the cooling effect, similar to the reason why I placed it here next to Raven. That makes me think of fresh rain and also the earthy notes. Now, Jenny, let me ask you, have you worked with the moth and do you like it? Because I honestly think that the frankincense in this fragrance have a similar effect, right? This is not the mint that is in the otter. When it pairs with the eucalyptus, it becomes very medicinal and like very different. It feels very different than this mint that is in here. It's the same mint, but like it just does. What's cool about when you combine oils together is they make an entire new fragrance. So the moth, that's the next one, right? I want to hear what y'all are saying about that. You don't like anything with patchouli. You're like Trisha. No patchouli for you. Interesting. They're like literally all of my favorites have patchouli in them. I am that weirdo that likes patchouli and frankincense. So I love hearing the feedback. This is why I've created a lot of sweet fragrances for all of you, because I know a lot of y'all also aren't huge into the earthier fragrances like I am, and I love them. I absolutely love the patchouli with the mint and the patchouli with cedarwood. That's up there for me. That would be in my top choices that I gravitate towards. But I love hearing it. I love knowing what these things, right? So patchouli and mint with the moth. Have you worked with the moth though in particular? I know you say you don't like anything with patchouli. I know you've worked with the moth though, Jenny. You have. So you're not a fan of it. So, oh gosh, that's so disappointing. It's not. It's okay. Welcome, new joiners. Thank you so much. I appreciate you more. Say more. You made it in, Christina. Yes, Christina's here. So wait, Seymour, who are you? Who are you, Seymour? Who are you? Some of your usernames are not the same. So I don't recognize your username. Please tell me who you are. Christina, yours is obvious. Some of yours is obvious. Oh, you're Lady Shay as well. How many of you are there, Lady Shay? Oh my goodness. Okay. Rabbit is next. We're going to be picking up all these here. So rabbit. Now we're getting into the more herbaceous kind of floral kind of types of the grounding and meditation and earthy fragrances here. Rosemary and basil, such a fresh garden like experience. It's perfect spring candle. Absolutely love this fragrance. I think it gives you licorice notes, but when you're burning it, you get hints of all of that blending together to where you feel like you're walking through a spring garden. I think it is literally the most gardeny without being any floral. It is not floral. It is herbaceous. It is very much like the basils and those. I don't want to say mint because there's no mint notes, but it's got that herbaceous notes that have you thinking of all those types of herbs, parsley, and the things that I thought of that would fit for rabbit spirit. So You love moth. I know, Todd. I know it's one of our both. I know you like it, Mom. It's one of your favorites as well. Uh, Also, everybody, I do, Mom. By the way, you definitely don't have to hang out any longer that you feel not that you don't want to, because Willow is in recovery. Also, we're sending lots of love and healing for Willow. I've got multiple candles burning for her cat and the Capricorn. She had her second shot today, and tomorrow she has to go back and have another round of shots. And so we've been doing a lot of energy work for her, and support for her, and trying to create a harmonious environment. So I hope she's feeling. We didn't howl. I realize I'm so sporadic, but we've been doing a lot of that today. So if you guys will have a little moment for her as well to make sure that she's got good energy and support for her. And if you don't know who Willow is, it is the dog that I recently took in, and my mom also then took the dog, and now she is a part of her and our family for good. And she's got heartworms, and she's been on recovery, and it is now at the very end, the last 2 shots that she has to do, and she'll finally be free to be a puppy. So okay, let's see here. Love Rabbit. Yes, Hecate has patchouli. So Jenny, you don't like Hecate? Oh my gosh! And I love the Hecate, the fragrance. I love it. Okay, let's see here. Hecate. Oh, hi Bridget. I'm so glad you made it. Y'all are so great. Thank you for being here. Okay, let's see here. Love Rabbit. I'm on TikTok sharing the live with Torchies for my account. Oh, that's so great. Thank you so much, actually. I love that concept because I wish I had a way to do TikTok at the same time. I think you can do multi-streaming if you pay for something. But okay. Well, okay, to answer what happened to Willow. Okay, cool. Thank y'all. You're so sweet. Poor baby. I'm so glad it's almost over finally. I know it feels like it's been going on forever. We're so tired of it. But she's so tired of it. Poor little Willow. She has to stay calm, and it's just a lot of management. Okay, next fragrance, Elephant. Very similar to the rabbit with the rosemary. But instead of it being herbaceous and more of like a garden, this goes into the clean again because of the lemon. But it still stays really earthy, and I couldn't move it into the clean category altogether. But I feel like this fragrance is one of the ones that I personally am thinking of getting rid of because as good as much as I love it, I think I could create another rosemary fragrance that has more going on, even if I reinvent this one, because I do love rosemary with lemon. So we're gonna put that here with the rabbit. Actually, this is kind of cool. This is working out to where we're seeing them as who they're really paired with as well. And let's do our howl on 3. We're going to do it. Don't force it and be loud. Just let it come through naturally. 1, 2, first howl. 3. Okie dokie. So elephant, that's the next one. And then the last fragrance, y'all, is the cat fragrance that I have under here, which is, I should have labeled it with the new, I think I cut them out. Hold on, did I cut them? Stay there. Did I forget? I think I did cut it. I meant to label it, and I didn't. Hold on, we're going to label it because I want the correct cat label for you. So we're just going to quickly label a candle. Doesn't take me but a second. I have plenty of cat candles in stock for y'all right now. This is a really floral candle. I don't want to get rid of this fragrance because if you like floral, this is what I would send you to. Like, you come to me, you're like, I want a floral candle. I want to smell like flowers are blooming in my house. Like I've got a bouquet of flowers sitting on my nightstand. That's this, but with some sweetness, because the lemongrass helps balance it while still helping you feel floral. It's lemongrass, and then here's that frankincense again, and jasmine. The jasmine is the most floral fragrance that I have, and it is actually very pleasant. I do not like floral fragrances notoriously, so it's been hard for me to make a floral fragrance that I don't like, because I can't tell. So I haven't made very. That's why the floral category went away, because I don't like floral candles. So I have very much avoided most of the like potently floral energies. I do have one that I'm working on that's like very floral, but I'm hoping it's gonna be balanced, still like how this is. Oh, it's such a nice fragrance. I actually really like it. It does come through a little more floral when it burns, as opposed to how sweet it smells on the nose. I'm showing you a blank candle, but this is the cat, the new updated label with all three of them together. What's a cute little story is when I first created the cat spirit guide candle, all those years ago. I decided my cats were living separately. I had two cats back in the back half of the house and one cat out in the other half, and they had never really had an opportunity to fully integrate because the other cat came along, and then I was integrating them with each other before I would integrate all three. And the Nim, he was kind of a little bit of a he struggled in his outdoor experience, and I don't think that he had a. Can you hear me? I was yapping and my mic died. Hold on. Hold on. Can you hear me now? We can solve this. We can still make this happen. Shit. Hold on. Maybe. Hold on. Can you hear me now? Good. Okay. How's it sound? Where was I at in the story? That's the real question. Thank you, Tom, for my text. Because I wasn't seeing the chat. Dead. Well, now y'all can tell me if I sound horrible off of the microphone. I'm going to plug them in and charge them. So they should charge pretty quickly. The other one happened to be dead as well and didn't charge last time I charged it. So I bet I don't sound as clear. Okay, sorry. Mic died. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I was yapping and putting the label on. Mindy, you're here. Okay. After select, make sure notifications are sent to all. Subscribe won't work. Oh, okay. Thank you for that, for sharing that as well, Christina, because all notifications options so that you get notified. I like it better without two, which maybe you like it better without it? The mic? Do you like it better? Is the audio better without the mic? For real? Okay, let me know. All right, I have it charging. But okay, where was I at the flippin' story? I was yapping. Basically, my cats wanted to go onto one candle together. So they're all together on one candle now, and they were spending time apart, and I was fostering other pets and all that other stuff. So now they're all together. Yay! It's actually better without the mic. Okay, cool. I like it better without the mic. Yes, better without the mic. Okay, cool. You don't sound horrible at all, but I can hear the music now. Okay. Hopefully YouTube is okay with that, because I did pick a like playlist that's supposed to be okay, but we'll see. It's better on your end. Divine timing. No mic for you. Ha ha ha. Okay. Okay, cool, y'all. So that was the last fragrance. Cat is the most floral, like we talked about. Let's remember here. Let me fix my camera angle. All of the different guides that we have available under the grounding and meditative section. I also want to now go back through really quickly And if you guys have, now that we've described them in depth, if you guys have any other things that come to mind as we go back through each one, we're going to talk about names for each one. I have a name that I've chosen, but I don't think that it necessarily matches a fragrance. And so I chose a name that was just for fun to kind of get us started. And then that way we could go in a category or a direction, whatever we feel called, and each fragrance can have a name, right? Okay, starting back, we're going to go from bottom to top to bottom now. So Cat, the last one we just talked about, which is the jasmine, the frankincense, and the lemongrass. The most floral candle. And at one of the things I got discussing about, which, kind of unity. Autonomy is a big aspect about the Cat fragrance. I chose fragrances when I was making this guide. I chose fragrance oils that were safe, in particular, extra safe for cats. You do want to be cautious. They're not going to be getting enough oil in the air to get on their skin. As long as they're not dipping their face into the candle, then most fragrance oils and stuff will be just as safe as essential oils would be. The only thing that you want to be cautious with is that you're not having it in a space that they're going to be knocking down or be dangerous in general with flame. But I really like the balancing notes of all of these. I think that the lemongrass helps with the sweetness, the frankincense helps with the earthy notes, and then the jasmine helps with the floral. And I do try to list the fragrance in the order of the description. For Cat, I called it Mystic Whiskers. Mystic Whiskers. And that doesn't give you a description of the fragrance, right? We could go something like Floral Paradise or a bouquet of flowers, something, y'all are going to be better at names than I will, I'm sure. So please, in the chat, what do you think the Mystic Whiskers Cat Spirit Guide, if you've worked with its fragrance, what does it remind you of? And also, what name comes to mind for you when you think of that fragrance? I'd love to see. Let's see. Like was there, Elephant is my favorite from the group. Oh, I love it. Okay. Like we can hear the music also. I like that you can hear the music also. Okay, cool. I'm glad. I am hoping that YouTube will be okay with it. So we'll keep it going. It's light in the background, so hopefully that'll work out. Not the rain on your parade, but I think naming the scent us too much. People won't have the scent and how. Okay, wait. Okay, let me reread this. But I think naming the scent is too much. People won't know the scent is. How do you now? The scent is much. Okay, so right, I'm planning on keeping it the way it is now, but on my website, the way when you go to the fragrance, the actual guide. So the way it will now look, the way each guide will look, you'll have the description of the intentions, right? And I always have the key intentions on the top, and I'm keeping the way it's listed with rosemary, lemon, with the frankincense, jasmine, and lemongrass. I'm not going to change that name on the candle. Right? The fragrance name is only going to be for fun and only going to be on the actual listing. So it won't be on the candle. It'll sort of just help us when we start to get familiar with fragrances. Most candles often use a fragrance name. I just don't do that. I never have introduced that because I already had the intentions and all of that. And so I thought since we've got 25 fragrances and a lot of them are going to be going away, it'll be a way for us to reference the fragrance. Like Mystic Whiskers is coming back. Oh, Mystic Whiskers. I really want to work with Mystic Whiskers because it's that floral one, right? So I thought that would be helpful for us, and plus just fun for us to come up with a name. But right now I'm gonna leave it with what I have, and if anybody comes up with anything, I'm gonna write it down. And then when I go through and decide later, I'll decide which ones actually make the cut and become the actual fragrance name. And then that will go under the listing. And if the fragrance goes away, like I was saying, then it will help us know what fragrances they are, as opposed to just saying cat. That's really the only way I have it categorized. But as I have guides that are not with a fragrance, like hummingbird, or let's say the fragrance goes away for a while, like winter. Winter has evolved 3 times. It was silver fir, and then it became silver fir and rosemary, and then it became this year silver fir and vanilla. And so I want a way for all of you torchbearers as we go through the years, and me as well, to know which fragrances are coming and going, and then we can reference them, right? But yeah, okay. I love it. I appreciate your feedback too, because I do think it will be too confusing if you don't know what is in the candle. So that's why I'm going to leave the essential oils listed on the candle for you, because I think that gives you enough of a description. And then the oils will still be listed underneath the actual fragrance and then described in more in depth. And then that way you can have like a quick note, an in-depth description, and even what oils are in it. And so Yeah, I actually never tried that one. You've never tried the cat. Ooh, maybe that's a sign that you're meant to try it now. Okay, I was thinking that too, Jenny. It's a little confusing. Okay, cool. I love hearing it. So let's see. I'm thinking Mystic Whiskers is what is going to stay as the name right now. We'll see when we go forward. No one's putting up a name, and that's okay. We're going to vote for the guides as well. Moving on to the next one so we can keep these categories moving. The next one is Elephant. So Elephant is Rosemary and Lemon, and I called it Majestic Balance. And so this guide, again, has that frequency and energy when you smell it of really grounding energy and cleansing energy. And like we discussed with it could go between cleansing and fresh and meditative and grounding. And so that's kind of why I chose Majestic Balance, because it makes you think of like, you know, the healing frequencies of meditation, but also the aspects of also justice, which is something I associate with the elephant. So I think that's something that this is one of the ones that for me might go away, but we're going to all vote together, and I get a vote, you get a vote. We'll put it in order as what it comes up. Okay, next is the Moth Spirit Guide, Patchouli and Mint, which I labeled as, oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Next is Rabbit. Rabbit was next. Rosemary and Basil, which I called Verdant Bloom. Which Bloom could move over to the Cat Spirit Guide, but like as if you can smell it, I'm going to open it. So there's the Rabbit, Rosemary and Basil. Then now the Moth, which is Patchouli and Spearmint, and I called it Whispering Shadows. Ooh, it's one of my favorites. And then last is the Raven, Frankincense, Midnight Mystic, or Midnight Mystique. Midnight Mystique, not Mystic. Midnight Mystique. Very mysterious. So let me put them together like how they're supposed to be. I like this little category. It's going to be hard to cut them down, y'all. Okay, now I'm going to put start Q&A. Cool. There's the Q&A. You should be able to click on it and then type your answer. And you can tell me put your favorite. You can put them in order if you'd like to, and I'll try to also do it that way as voting. I don't have that many of you in here so that we can actually figure out what the actual order is. But I'm going to probably look at your top option. So put your top 2 out of the category. That would be a great way to do it, top 2. So again, to remind you, we have the Cat Spirit Guide, Frankincense, Jasmine, and Lemongrass. We have the Elephant Spirit Guide, Rosemary and Lemon. We have the Rabbit Spirit Guide, Rosemary and Basil. We have the Moth Spirit Guide, Patchouli and Spearmint. We have the Raven Spirit Guide, Frankincense. So please put up in the chat what your favorites are, and then I'm going to star them in the orders. We'll put them in an order. I love it. Let's see if this Q&A works, because I might have to, once you do the Q&A, maybe I'll do a poll so that we can vote from those. So this will be helping decide. Now I made it crooked. There we go. There we go. This will help decide and narrow it down. Elephant's the only scent that you like out of this category. Ooh, Jenny, okay. For the meditative and grounding, interesting. I like it. Okay, meditative and grounding, you like the elephant. It's funny, that's the one I was thinking of getting rid of. So let's see. Bye, Mom. Love you. Sleep well. Sleep well, Willow. Okay, Elephant and Moth for you. Moth, Rabbit, and Raven. Okay, let's do category here. I'm going to do tally marks. Moth. I like the top 3, Todd. Let's do top 3 like he did. Moth, Rabbit, and Raven. Moth, Rabbit, and Raven. Those are the votes there. That was Christopher. And then Elephant for Jenny. Okay. And then Elephant and Moth. You can add another one if you'd like to, Audrey. Moth, where are you? There you are. Okay. Good night, Lady Shay. Okay, cool. Okay, we have some votes coming in still right now, and I'm going to cast my votes here. Mine is Moth. Gosh, this is hard. Moth. I think it might be then Rabbit, and then it might actually be Elephant over Raven. That's surprising. But I don't know. No, maybe it's Raven. No, I think it might be Elephant. Elephant is a really good fragrance, actually. Okay. I cast my 3. Mom, if you're not gone yet, you got to cast your 3 before you log off, okay? You're still here saying goodbye to people. You got to cast your 3 for at least the grounding and meditation section. She's like, damn it, Alex. I'm kind of glad I don't have the mic, but I hope it does adjust my volume okay. I kind of feel like I still have it. Elephant. I will do the cat if I have to add a second. Okay, I love it. 1 vote for cat. Thank you. If I have to do a second. Jenny, you're so cute. Okay. I'm not going anywhere. I was just saying goodnight to your mama. Okay, Lady Shay, what are your votes then? You don't have to have had the candles to vote, okay? I don't mind you voting. Give me your top 3 out of the category, the most ones that are most appealing to you out of the category, because the people that have had it will still help the categories that are the most popular get boosted. Because right now, Moth is showing as the most popular. And then 2 of those votes, are Todd and I, so I do think that those are, a little bit a little bit biased because it is we've always liked that fragrance. So, okay. But right now I'm interested, and then I'm going to put a top 4 for y'all to all vote for again, and then we'll do it that order. And that'll help. Okay. I'm giving you a couple more moments right now for the fragrances. We've got Raven, which is frankincense. We've got the Moth, which is patchouli and spearmint. We've got the Rabbit, which is rosemary and basil. We've got the Elephant, which is rosemary and lemon. And we've got the Cat, which is frankincense, jasmine, and lemongrass. Whoopsie. How do I put it? I didn't mean to do that. Oh no, I made me big. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the, now let's see if I can take this away. Cat and Moth. And Moth. Thank you, Bridget. Raven and Moth. Okay, thank you, Lady Shay. Raven and Moth. Moth is at 5 now. Okay, so now, I'm not even going to do the way I just did it a minute ago. Moth and Rabbit. There's Mom. Thank you, Mom. Good night. Love you. Double I. Moth and Rabbit. Okay. This is so fun, y'all. Rabbit 2. Okay, so Rabbit for you as well, Lady Shay. That was your 3rd. Yeah, I love having 3. If there's enough in the category, 3 is great. I think it's a good, out of this, there's 5 fragrances. To have your top 3 helps to make the tally marks kind of be spread out a little bit, as opposed to just bringing it down to 1 or 2 out of so many fragrances. Okay, this is fun. Okay, tally marks. Ooh, we've got a tie between Rabbit and Elephant right now, and a tie between the Cat and the Raven. So, okay, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. We need a 4th. Okay, so between Cat and Raven, I'm gonna make it Cat just because it's the most floral, and Jenny said Cat, and she is a consistent purchaser, so we're gonna go with Lady Shay there on that one. I'm sorry, Lady Shay. Jenny, I'm reading Lady Shay as well. 14 viewing, yay! I know, it's cool. It's so cool. It's a cool little. Let's do a poll now. So we're going to do grounding, and then we're going to do Moth. Moth, Rabbit, no, not Habit. Kind of hard to do all this over here. I gotta see if I can find another way to do this. Rabbit, Elephant, maybe them tallies are enough. Elephant and Cat. But this is gonna decide the winner. Oh, where did it just go? Oh, it went away. Okay, now we're just going to do the tallies. That's too much. We're going to move forward. The tallies. So the winner from that category, based off all our tallies, if anybody, speak now if you wanted to vote, was the Moth. So that's in first. And then after that was a tie between the Rabbit and the Elephant, and a tie between the Raven and the Cat. So I think that that makes it a little difficult. I do feel like rabbit and elephant are competing with each other, so one of those may go. So that helps know that the top fragrance is the moth. The next one is rabbit and elephant. So maybe they're not competing. Maybe they're equally valued and not competing with each other. So okay, I like it. Let's see. That helped me know for this section. I think the fragrance that is going to be going away is likely the Raven, and I think I like that choice. Maybe one other fragrance might get taken out of this category, but the Raven is that frankincense by itself. I think out of everything available, it's the choice of the frankincense is in here as well. And the other one might be out of these two. Which would you guys choose, rabbit or elephant? I'm going to do that. Rabbit, or elephant. Rabbit or elephant? Rabbit, elephant. Stirple. Rabbit or elephant? Rabbit or elephant? Rabbit or elephant? If you had to choose, you can all vote rabbit or elephant. Rabbit is rosemary and basil. Elephant is rosemary and lemon. Rabbit and elephant, which fragrance would you choose? Rosemary or basil, rosemary or lemon, it's all up to you. All right, rosemary and basil or rosemary and lemon? To keep or get rid of? To keep. Vote your favorite. Sorry, vote your favorite. Vote your favorite. Rosemary or lemon, rosemary or basil? Keep your favorite out of the two. It doesn't mean it's going to go away. I'm just trying to decide between the tie breakers. I already decided between Raven and Cat. Now we have these here. Moth, Cat. This is fun. Rabbit's in the lead at 60%. 40% for elephant. Who will win? We're going to have a dead elephant or a dead rabbit. Oh my goodness. One of them will go rabid. A rabbit elephant or a rabbit. A rabbit. Rabbit or elephant. 60-40, 60-40. We've got 1 minute left with 5 votes in. There is 9 of you. So we've got some people that are they're not sure. They're not sure if they like rosemary and basil, or rosemary and lemon, or rosemary and basil, or rosemary and lemon. All right, it's about to go away. I'm about to end it. You got a couple seconds left, and it looks like the rabbit is the winner. Rabbit is the winner of this vote here. Actually, if someone put 1 vote in, it would be a 50-50 tie. So maybe that's why this person's not putting it in. They're like, I don't want to put it in because it's going to make it a tie. But it's okay if it's a tie, then I mean, it's just meant to be a tie. Y'all really like it that evenly. All right. Ending the poll. Done. All right, it was the rabbit. So this is the line of grounding and meditative fragrances. Moth, cat, rabbit. Patchouli and mint. Frankincense, lemongrass, and jasmine, and rosemary and basil. Okay, this is working. I think that's a good line for meditation and grounding. The two that may be on the cutting block and may be lost at the end of the live are the rosemary and the lemon from the elephant and the frankincense from the raven. We'll see you later, guys. We're going to put you over here, and we're going to set these up. Let's see here. How are we going to do this? We're going to have to figure some things out. Moving things down. Okay, now we're going to create our new section over here on the right. This is our meditation and grounding section. Fun. Okay, next. So we should use our board. To use the winner. We star the moth. As a runner-up, we have rabbit. And in third place, we have cat. There we are. First, second, third are marked for the first category. It only took us 72 minutes. We're gonna be here till 11 o'clock at night, but we're gonna be alright. Okay, let's do it. Don't forget that you save 22% off on all of my candles right now if you purchase on my website at the end of all this, as we are likely maybe getting rid of some of these fragrances. You should definitely check them out, because I do have some Raven and I do have some Elephant in stock, and not very many. So now we're moving to Clean and Fresh, which we've got 6 fragrances in the Clean and Fresh category. We have got the Moon, which is lavender just on its own. It smells super clean, absolutely amazing. It feels honestly very difficult to get rid of this fragrance because it is a candle that is already very connected to a dear friend of mine's late mother who passed away. And it is sort of a representation of divine feminine, like motherly energies and very healing energies I feel in people's lives. The first thing that I associated the moon with was motherly energy, Mother Moon. And so this cycles in the shadows of this guide with the lavender have a lot of wonderful personal energies with it. But I do feel like it would be a great guide that I could easily put, like I did with the Wolf Moving It to the Sun fragrance. Maybe this becomes the same fragrance as the Eclipse, which is the lavender and cedarwood. Though I know we made a combination of that for those combos of that guide, it is a really beautiful fragrance. And we can talk about it. So that's lavender for the moon. The next one that's on here, speaking of, is the lavender and eclipse energy, which is the lavender and cedarwood. So this is a combo energy. It combines the sun and the moon and also has a completely unique message to it. The intentions on it are revelation and wholeness. And then the combination fragrance is the lavender from the moon and then the cedarwood from the sun. And so I love this fragrance as well. It's a new fragrance that I think is one of y'all's favorite. Y'all been talking about how much you like it. It's really clean. It's an uplifting fragrance, but it doesn't feel, because it has those woodsy notes. Cedarwood is one of my favorite oils. You'll notice it's in a lot of candles because I just feel that it's a perfect, it fits with everything. It can go with sweet, it can go with clean, it can go with woodsy, it can go with spicy. It just works. It doesn't have too much of anything going on with it. It just really helps balance out the overall fragrances. So that's a great one. I love that fragrance. Next is the other lavender fragrance that I have, which is one of the very first 4 candles that I decided fragrances for in the beginning, which is the Deer Spirit Guide, Lavender and Lemongrass. I have always thought that this was going to be my best known fragrance because it just smells amazing. It's lemongrass and lavender together. It's really a just beautiful combination. But another one that we could potentially get rid of because of the fact that I have lemongrass within the cat, we could think about it. So Deer Spirit Guide, Peace and Serenity. I should tell you the names I had for these, sorry. I chose the Moon. I didn't choose anything. Mother Moon is what I called it. And then Eclipse is Twilight Serenity. And then the Deer is Gentle Meadow. And then the Bee/Butterfly is Golden Bloom. And that is actually going to be, though, a little confusing now because I have a double guide here for you. But it's the same fragrance. So we're not going to keep them both up here. But the Bee and the Butterfly are the same, lemon and orange. So same fragrance. But this is that guide, that combo. Lemon and orange, very clean, citrusy. I can't get rid of that. If I get rid of it, it needs to just be more citruses added to it. I've thought of doing that. I have a couple other citruses in my repertoire too, so I could add and make it even more, of those notes. But I really like how clean, simple, and citrusy that fragrance is. Another one of the ones that started the line of 4 fragrances. So I'm very attached to the first 4 fragrances I created, so it's going to be hard to get rid of those. But okay, the next one after Golden Bloom is the Frosty Frolic, which is the Otter. And that actually, that name really should go to the Winter Spirit Guide. I don't know why I said Frosty, but I do feel like it is something that does feel very refreshing and kind of cold, like how winter feels. It does feel like Frosty Frolic because of the energy of the otter as well. Really great Vicks Vapor Rub-y kind of energy. If you like medicinal candles, especially if you're wanting something, if you're getting over a sickness and trying to work with spirit guides at the same time, great guide for that. I actually love the fragrance of that candle. It is not too medicinal because of the balancing of the, I feel the mint helps balance out the eucalyptus a lot because the eucalyptus can be a little bit of a medicinal fragrance. And you notice that it was at the bottom, the eucalyptus with the lemon for the elephant, as opposed to the rosemary with the basil. It was, or wait, no, I'm sorry. Elephant is rosemary with lemon. I'm thinking of owl. When we get to the next one, which is the next one, it is owl. So it is similar. The otter has similar energies to the owl, which is the eucalyptus and the lemon. And that's why I was thinking of getting rid of the owl, keeping the otter, because in my opinion, it's a better fragrance than the owl's fragrances. But y'all are also voting, so I want your opinions. Okay, so let's move that down. This goes to the winter. That goes over that way. This goes here. And now we can go here. And we can go here. Okay. Okay, last in this category for clean and fresh, which I called silent wisdom, is the owl, eucalyptus, and lemon. So this is, again, really clean. It is a very beautiful fragrance. It is probably my least favorite fragrance, though, in the line, if I'm honest. Because it's just, I'm not a big clean fragrance person, and it's funny because owl's one of my main spirit guides, and so I do feel like this is going to be one that I've been wanting to revisit and think about what my guide really wants for the owl fragrance. And we have a lot in here, though it's technically this here with the bee or the butterfly, technically. This is the line. These are together. I would say these are together. These are together. And then these are together. Okay, that's a good way to look at it, right? These two right here, these two right here, and then these two right here. Actually, yeah. And this would also be technically the butterfly or the bee, right? Because they're the same fragrance. So, okay. Anything where I'm going to look at the chat. Let's see here. Please hold my order for a week before you ship it. I got you. I will hold it for a week for you, okay? And Jenny, if you're wanting a week, if you're talking about a week, let me tell you, a week is next Tuesday. I am hoping, I can't guarantee that I'm gonna have the Aquarius candle on time, but I'm hoping to have it fully ready to go for next Sunday's live. So that Aquarius season, which starts on Monday. So if you're wanting, you can order a Zodiac candle, and I'll memo that it's going to be Aquarius, and I can hold your order until the Aquarius candle's ready to ship, because I know you want one for Aquarius season for yourself. Okay, let's see here. So put that in the chat when you get a second. First YouTube, yay! Oh no, it's Jasmine. I'm on Sam's account. Oh, hi Jasmine. Thank you for stopping in. I love you so much. I hope you and Sam and everybody's doing so well. First YouTube. We are voting on fragrances. We're finally in the second category after going through all of the different fragrances. We are now in the clean and fresh, which does include kind of the more a little bit of some guides that could go into the sweet category because of the fact that they are a little more on the fresh side, like the lemongrass and the lavender from the deer, and the bee spirit guide, which is citrusy, which is lemon and orange. And so they ended up in this category because I just felt like that also the sweet fragrance category was overwhelmingly full, and I do feel like they could be better placed in this category as opposed to just being in the sweet category, because they aren't really sweet candles, but when you think about citrus, you do get sweet ideas or concepts. When you think about lemongrass and lavender, you may not think of sweet, but when you smell it, you're going to think sweet in beautifully like floral ways, or walking through a lavender field of flowers or a wild field of flowers, without the floral notes being overwhelming, because lavender to me sometimes can be, but my lavender is not too floral at all. So yeah, okay, so let's do a vote here. We've got 2, 4, 6 guides available. So give me your top 3 of this category. Is it the bee butterfly, which is the lemon and orange? Is it the deer, lemongrass and lavender? Is it the owl, which is eucalyptus and lemon? The otter, which is eucalyptus and mint? The eclipse, which is lavender and cedarwood? Or the moon, which is lavender by itself? I think this is a good category too, that it works. And that it's also the butterfly too. That's why it's floating over here by itself. I like this. Maybe I should do this like this though, one more. Is that better? Again, is it the deer, which is lavender and lemongrass? Actually, wait, no, this should be here too. I like it better. Because this is the deer, lavender, and lemongrass. The bee, lemon and orange. The eclipse, lavender and cedarwood. The moon, lavender. The owl, eucalyptus and lemon. Or the otter, eucalyptus and mint. 3 of your top 3, your 3 choices. Doesn't matter if you've had the fragrance before. I'm doing a tally system so that we can come to a decision on the top 3 fragrances from this category. There are 6 options in this category, so you can choose 3 of your favorites, and then we might have to do a tiebreaker vote for the other options. So we'll see. So we can decide 4th and 5th type of thing. Or 4th, because then I'm kind of thinking 2 could go. It's kind of hard in this category to think of 2 going away, but we'll see. Okay, let's see what y'all are putting here. I'm gonna wait for the chats to come in here. Deer is your second favorite scent. Bloom sounds floral to me. Right, Bloom does sound floral. I might change that because it does sound floral instead of what is it, Golden Bloom that I chose the name for the bee. It does give a floral name to that. And it is not floral at all. Okay, so deer, bee, and moon. Let's see here. Deer. I'm going to do my votes too. Bee and moon. My votes are deer, eclipse, and otter. Eclipse, moon, otter, and owl. Eclipse, moon, otter, and I'm going to put a half tally for owl. Okay. Otter, deer, and eclipse. Otter, deer, and eclipse. Todd, you chose eclipse, moon, and otter. That's interesting. You don't like the deer or the bee? I know that you do, but that's actually really surprising. You chose all the cleaner ones, none of the fresher ones. Okay, otter, deer, and eclipse. I did that one. Okay, otter, owl, and bee. Otter, owl. Okay, because somebody voted, Todd's vote becomes a full vote. Owl and bee. No, we're still going to keep it a half. Sorry, Todd. It's still a half because it's a 4th. Not sorry. So we got 1.5. I just feel bad for owl, but I do think it's going to be the one I get rid of, even though it gives me a headache. It's the only candle that I have that gives me a headache. Okay. This is too hard too. It is hard. Okay, let's see here. Where was I? I had done. Let me not get lost. I had done owl, otter, and bee. And now that was Audrey, and then now it's Kathy. Moon, otter, and bee. Thank y'all for voting so much. Moon, otter, that's 5, and bee. Wow, otter's popular. Okay, and then I wanted to put bee too. Yeah, no more half votes for you. And then this is hard, right? It is hard, right? So okay, so right now the votes are, I think if everybody's put their votes in, which it's okay if I haven't gotten to it yet. Right now I can tell where I am. It is in the lead, the Otter Spirit Guide, which is eucalyptus and mint, with a tie, a full-blown tie with the bee butterfly, which is lemon and orange, the deer, lemongrass and lavender, the eclipse, which is cedarwood and lavender, and the moon, which is lavender. And then in last place with 2 votes is the owl, which not 2 votes, 1.5, sorry, which is the owl. Someone just made an order, thank you so much. It is the owl, eucalyptus, and lemon with 1.5 votes. But we are on a 4-way tie here with 3 votes each for the bee, the deer, the eclipse, and the lavender. So we're gonna have to do a vote with them to try to make that better, because what the hell? And then and then otter is the clear winner here with 5 votes. Is there anybody in here that has not voted yet that I need to tally that wants to vote? It's okay if you haven't had the fragrance before. It's just for fun as well. Okay. Oh, okay, wait, there's Lady Shay. I don't think you had done yours yet. Here's Lady Shay's. Deer, eclipse, bee, and then her half vote is otter. So deer, eclipse, eclipse, bee. Okay, everybody gets a fourth vote. So if you didn't get a fourth vote, cast your fourth vote now. It'll help tie the tiebreaker. Todd, is yours owl, or are you committing to, did you say bee that you wanted to do? So decide where your vote is now going to go, because it will either be counting for owl or for another one. And Lady Shay, yours went to what you just said was otter. This is hard but fun. For Jenny, it's owl. Thank you, Jenny. This is so fun. I'm definitely going to take this on a TikTok. Y'all can't vote again, but I'm going to take it on a TikTok later this week, tomorrow probably, is what my plan is. When I'm making candles live, it'll be the perfect opportunity to bring all the votes and then just have everybody vote one time for their vote, or not one vote, but one time, and then tally those. And then now we'll have a TikTok and a YouTube. And that'll be fun. And I'll know y'all's were YouTube. I know a lot of the main torchbearers are here. So, okay, let's see here. Kathy here said deer. So deer, it goes now to 5. And then now B for Todd. So the half vote goes away from owl. And then B onto B. Fuck, I made another tiebreaker here. And then Audrey put eclipse. Shit. Okay, has everybody cast their votes and their fourth vote? Because right now we now have otter in the lead with 6. We have bee, deer, and eclipse now tied with 5. Moon has 3. Owl has 2. So this did help. It dwindled it down, but it bumped up. The tiebreaker is still between bee, deer, and eclipse now. You'd say bee. Audrey did eclipse. I already counted that. Okay, cool. And we have 3 for moon. Okay, I'm going to give it another second. Let's see here. And now I'm going to also start the poll. So the poll, I'm going to do the poll. We already know that the winner is Otter with 6 votes right now so far, unless somebody changes it drastically, because it's very close. It's only one ahead. And then B, deer, in eclipse. And then we're going to have to do a tiebreaker between owl. No, we won't. Deer, bee, eclipse, or moon. I'll do 4. So deer, bee, eclipse, or moon. You all get to vote again. This poll here, this is to decide the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So you can vote again. You only get 1 vote though. So choose your favorite out of those 4, which B is lemon and orange, deer is lemongrass and lavender, moon is lavender, and eclipse is cedarwood and lavender. You've bought 7 deer and the giant deer, just saying. Don't you get rid of my deer. That's so funny. Okay, so vote. Cast your vote. I love it. This is so fun. Happening now. Deer, eclipse, bee, and moon. So right now we are at 50% for eclipse, 25 tied between moon and deer, and 0 for bee. Okay. Let's see here. Waiting for all the votes to come in. We're now at 2020 for bee and deer. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Eclipse is taking over this category for 2nd place to Otter. So Otter's in first. To remind you, just real quick, the deer is lemongrass and lavender. The bee is orange and lemon. The eclipse is lavender and cedarwood, and the moon is lavender. Ooh, it's getting interesting. We now have a 30-30, 33-33, and 17-17 between the deer and the moon, 33-33 between the bee and the eclipse. Ooh, come on, somebody, one more vote, please. We've got 11 people in here. Somebody put one more vote in so we can have a tiebreaker. And if I could get 2 more votes, it might even create a better tiebreaker. So I can tell who would be 4th evenly. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see here. We've got otter. I'm going to go ahead and star the otter. Otter is eucalyptus and spearmint as the winner of this category. I honestly did not think it was going to win this category. I cannot believe in first place. Oh, wait, that's the wrong blue. In first place is the Otter Spirit Guide with eucalyptus and mint. And in second place is, let's see here, we're still stuck at 6. We're still stuck. I'm going to have to be the tiebreaker here. And I think out of all 4 of these, oh my gosh, it's so hard. Let's see here. Jenny, you already voted? How is deer so low? Are you the only vote for deer? Okay, if I give deer a vote, then it would literally make it a 3-way tie again, right? And if I give moon a vote, same thing. If I give eclipse or bee a vote, then it now makes it a first and second, a clear first and or a second and third, I mean. And then the 4th will be a tie. And we can do a tie for that, a tiebreaker for that. Let's see. I don't think anybody else is going to vote. I think we've gotten all our votes in. Deer is lemongrass and lavender. Bee is lemon and orange. Eclipse is lavender and cedarwood. And moon is lavender. I'm about to end the poll, and I'm going to do my vote, which is going to be the tiebreaker here, it looks like. The tiebreaker is going to be, I think, for me, I'm going to have to choose my second favorite because I think my favorite out of these is deer probably. I don't even know if I had given it the right vote, but I think lemongrass and lavender is probably my favorite fragrance out of all of those. And then after that, it's got to be eclipse. So my vote's going to go to the eclipse. So second place goes to, I forgot to write down second. For rabbit was second over here. Hold on one second. First. And then third was cat. Second is eclipse. First is the otter. And third will now be the bee. So we're going to do a tiebreaker here for 4th. Because we have an even split between deer and moon. Oh! Someone who just cast votes. Look at you guys voting. Look at you voting. What are y'all doing to me? What are y'all doing to me? The drama. The drama. Okay, hold on. B is now the winner. You said your vote doesn't matter, Alex. Hold on a minute. Okay, B. I was voting for the eclipse, but you just made B the second winner. So B just got second place instead of third. B is now in second. And eclipse is now in third. And now we're going to have a tiebreaker between deer and moon for 4th place, okay? I'm ending the poll. You better vote quicker. All right, start poll. B or deer or moon? Deer or moon for 4th place, y'all? Deer is lemongrass and lavender. Moon is lavender by itself. Lemongrass and lavender or lavender by itself. So first place we've got. Second place is the bee. And third is eclipse. Let's see who the vote here goes to now. Deer is the winner. Deer's at 75% and 25% to the moon. So we have got deer being in 4th and moon being in 5th, with owl being in last, 6th place. Which did we rate these for raven and an elephant? I don't know if we did raven and elephant's order, but looking at it, it is 4th for elephant and 5th for raven. Okay, this is great. I like this. This worked out perfectly. Oh gosh, it came up close again. Look at this. You guys you're trying to get me. I'm voting deer though. I'm voting deer, so it's still ahead, okay? Even if it gets up to 50%. I'm voting deer. So, all right, 6th place is the owl. 5th place is the moon with lavender. Deer is in 4th place with lemongrass and lavender. 3rd place is eclipse with cedarwood and lavender. 2nd place is the bee butterfly with lemon and orange. 1st place is the otter spirit guide with eucalyptus and mint. How fun, y'all. So let's see. 1st place is the otter. First, let's do it in the right order here. 6th place is the owl. I think that one's going away, so owl. 5th place is the moon. I think that one's going away. 4th place is deer. Boom. 3rd place is this. Now this and this. This is the line. This is your clean and fresh fragrances. The 2 that are going away or potentially on the chopping block tonight or for the future are the owl, and the moon, eucalyptus and lemon, and the lavender. And then they'll be joining the other 2 on the chopping block, the raven, which is frankincense, and the elephant, which is rosemary and lemon. So funny that we have rosemary and lemon and eucalyptus and lemon. These 2 are very similar, so they may end up knocking each other out, and one of them gets to stay and one of them goes, right? This is sort of like, what are those things called where they're brackets and they have different competitions and it keeps going down and breaking down? Oh, the vote's changing again! Y'all have got me like cracking up about this. This is just so funny. I love that y'all are like voting all of a sudden and making the numbers change even more. Okay, so these are the 2 that are going over there, as well as those 2. Okay. We've got our 4, which is technically also 5 because the 5th spirit guide is the butterfly. So, okie dokie, let's go back over here. It should be this way. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 4th. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. And this one was 1st, 2nd, 3rd. And I'm gonna put this like this, but that's a little weird, isn't it? Is that weird? We know, right? 2nd, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. We know. Okay, end poll. Fun. Thank y'all for voting. This is super fun. Okay, let's see here. I was throwing a tantrum if deer went away. I would too, honestly. I don't think it could happen. So, right, it's not on the block. It's not on the block. It's safe. It's safe. I think naturally this is going to get rid of a good amount. It's going to help it happen naturally. And I may not even have to get rid of it at all for long or at all. We'll see. It may just be gone for a couple months or until I can bring a new fragrance in. Just because 25 is a lot and I can make some new fragrances for y'all. Okay, next category, y'all. We're halfway because we've already made it through a big bulk. This next category is 2 categories, 2 smaller categories that we're going to use as separate to create a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And only 1 fragrance will go away, if at all, from these. We may keep all the fragrances from these section, but I'm still going to put 1 on the line. This category is woodsy and then warm and spicy. So let's pull out the woodsy. The woodsy is the eagle, which is silver fir. This is also winter, so it's silver fir and vanilla. Where are you, eagle? This category also has 2 guides for every fragrance. So silver fir and vanilla, which is the eagle and winter spirit guide. Absolutely one of my favorite fragrances, in my opinion. It is anything with vanilla in it is like a winner for me. So the vanilla with the warmth of the cinnamon that's in the Badger. The vanilla with the actual like piney notes. It's such an interesting concept and pairing because you would think that it would be a sweeter fragranced candle, but it really does fall under the woodsy category really well. Especially when you smell it, like you just get, there is hints of warmth and sweetness that I feel, tantalize you or make you feel like you're in the common room that I was kind of intended. Like if you think of this as the Ravenclaw candle. But the next 2 are Hecate and Phoenix, which I call the Crossroads Ember. I forgot to say these are called the Soaring Clarity and then the Crossroads Ember. Because I was naming the fragrance, not the guide, right? Crossroads Ember. This is Lily of the Valley, Patchouli, and if you get the Phoenix, it gets an anointing of allspice. Lily of the Valley and Patchouli, floral, but not floral at all. Sweet, but not sweet at all. It has to be under the woodsy fragrances. I just can't think of it fitting anywhere else. I would love y'all's opinion though, if you think it should belong somewhere else. I'm not getting rid of any guides. All the guides will still always be here. The fragrance might go away for a while. The guide will either get assigned another fragrance that's already available, or it'll get into the, like where the hummingbird is, or some of the other guides that are a roll for fragrance. But not all gone forever. Some of the fragrances, like the last year's winter, which was rosemary with the silver fir. So I made it extremely like woodsy, piney, it was the perfect pines fragrance. And honestly, I might bring that back. Maybe I'll do a the silver fir, vanilla, and rosemary. That sounds really nice together. Not really what I want for the the eagle, but really works for the winter. So okay, so that's the Phoenix and the Hecate, and then the last one under the woodsy category is the Sun and Wolf, which is partly because I had gotten rid of the Sun used to just be cedar wood by itself. It is now combined with the Wolf fragrance, which is the cedar wood and patchouli. It was just so similar, but at the same time, if you had both of them by themselves or by each other, you could tell how different it is. And I absolutely love this fragrance. Again, this is the, if you're thinking of this category of woodsy, this is the fragrance. So a big reason why I don't think any fragrance will probably go away in this category, because I have a good arrangement of woodsy fragrances, and some of them that could make its way into this category that aren't here, like the Dragon, or even All Hallows Eve has notes of... No, not this year. Last year, it had notes of woodsiness because it had cedar wood in it. But let's see. I thought of the Bear going here. The Bear is kind of woodsy, but it's more sweet. I gotta make sure I'm not getting confused. There we go. I was looking for earth. And the Bear is also earth. So I thought that this could go under the woodsy category, but I feel like it would put off anybody that doesn't understand how sweet this fragrance is, because there is that pear base that really throws the most in the candle. Even though I highlight more of the other fragrances in it, it's actually the least of the... Pear is not the heavy note or the heavy fragrance I put in it. It's mostly the cedar wood and then the basil, and then pear is the back end. But it just is the notes that come through the most, and I feel like it fits the best in that category. But it's really easy to kind of find it in a it could be either one. So I really went back and forth with this one, that it could go under the woodsy category or it could go under the sweet category. If I had a woodsy sweet, it would be both, right? And that's the intention with this. But I do want some fragrances that what it will, when you go to the sweet section, it won't just be only sweet, right? There's multiple fragrances behind it. So let's also pull out the warm and spicy, because again, warm and spicy feel like it fits under the woodsy fragrances as well. So and we'll break these into another a round of 6, and then we're gonna kind of do a little mix of the two, right, of what I'm doing. Let's see here. Literally, we're using the owl and the moon the same time yesterday for the full moon. Oh, look in there, look. I know, I'm sorry. Owl is so important. And it's not the owl, it's just the fragrance of the owl. The eucalyptus and the lemon, I may just change what it's going to be paired with. So owl may get assigned with the same fragrance that I gave to, let's say, the elephant, which is eucalyptus and which is rosemary and lemon, instead of eucalyptus and lemon. Or maybe it gets assigned with the eclipse, which is cedar wood and lavender. And so it still keeps some of those concepts. Or maybe lavender stays and it becomes the moon as well as the owl. So there's options here, we've got time, so don't panic. Don't panic. And I did put aside a uni raven for you. So I've taken it out of inventory and I have it set aside for you, so you won't lose your unicorn raven fragrance. At least you'll have one more candle of it for now. Bear is very woodsy to you. Okay, Jenny, I love to hear it. I do feel like I went back and forth, so this could go here. So many people love you. Aw, so many people love you. I love this community. Hi, Stardust. Hi. Lexi, that's you, right? I feel like I don't want to. There's a couple star people. I always get confused if it's Lexi or not. So I hope you're well. Welcome, welcome. So okay, I think this could stay here on this category. I'm gonna leave it to the side for now, and then let me pull out the spicy ones. And let's look. So Fox, which is cinnamon, I called Clever Spark. Cinnamon and orange. Cinnamon and orange. This is very spicy, but also, you know, the orange helps balance it so much that it could kind of go into, not the woodsy category at all, but it feels like it could go into the kind of clean energy because of the spice and the orange. It almost feels like like an apple spice. This little one strand is kind of bothering me. I'm gonna have to tuck it. There we go. But it's still coming down. It's just good. But I feel like this one is like, it has to be under the spicy category. There's nothing else it fits under. And then same with dragon. I feel like it could go under a couple categories. The cinnamon, I don't have it here, but that's not dragon. So cinnamon, vanilla, where are you, dragon? Frankincense and jasmine. This has floral notes, sweet notes, earthy notes. It has it all. Like, it's got every category in one. So it really was impossible to place. And I ended up placing it under the warm and spicy fragrances. But I mean, there's sweet notes in there too because of the vanilla. I mean, it's cinnamon, vanilla, frankincense, and jasmine. It feels very awakening. It could have gone under meditation. It could have gone under meditation and grounding. Also under clean and fresh. Also under even woodsy, because I feel like the combination of all of that is almost giving you like a fireplace, like burning wood, you know? So it has some of those notes as well. So again, it fits under many categories as well. So I'm going to leave that here for the next category. And then the last one is Badger. Cinnamon and vanilla. Wow, the rest is sweet. This one goes to here. These are the roll for fragrances. Roll for fragrances. Hummingbird is a roll for fragrance. And then there's that. There's that. Okay. Okay. And then the last in the spicy section of this category, okay? Remember, we're talking about two categories as kind of one, because there's only 3 and 3. The original 3, technically 4 if we include the bear in there, is the woodsy category. And then now under the spicy category, we have the fox, cinnamon, and orange. We have the dragon, cinnamon, vanilla, frankincense, and jasmine. And we have the badger, which is cinnamon and vanilla. And so honestly, I think the category should go badger, then fox, then dragon, in terms of spicy, warm, then spicy. Or I'm sorry, dragon, then badger, then fox, in terms of warm to spicy. Instead of badger, dragon, then fox. Wait, that's how I did it. Badger, dragon, and fox. The way I did it. Badger, dragon, then fox. That's the order from warm to spicy, right? Badger being the most warm, the warmest, and then dragon being in the middle, and then fox being the spiciest. So those are those 3 there. And I feel like there's nothing else that from the other candles we have left other than the All Hallows Eve, but I still feel like this falls more under the sweet category than spices, even though it's like an apple spice. It's a sweet candle. And, ooh, there's something under our, missing. There's something missing. Peacock, where are you? Talk about grounding or earthy fragrances. Peacock is not on my list, y'all. It is 25 fragrances. I knew it was 25 fragrances and I was missing something. Okay, Peacock, we'll have to figure out where Peacock's gonna go. I feel like Peacock fits only under the meditative and grounding fragrances, really. It is earthy as all get out. I wasn't gonna get rid of Peacock. It's one of my favorites. It's turmeric and what the heck did I do? Gardenia and turmeric. I think that might have to go under Peacock. Let's see what y'all are saying right now. Okay, let's hear. Just sends. Okay, good. Let's see. No, I had a start. I got to see you join. Okay, Bear is very woodsy. Okay, wow, so many people here. So Badger, Fox, and Eagle for you, Jenny. Okay, I love it. Those are your 3 out of there. So let me see. I'm gonna put this one here. I'm gonna put this down here. I'm gonna put this here, and then this is also one that is a discontinued fragrance, and then now I've got that. This has to go over here. Okay, cool. Okie dokie. So let's vote now, okay? I think we are going to keep the Bear. I think we are going to move the Bear to the woodsy fragrance. But I just hope people still order it, because I was thinking of getting rid of the unicorn fragrance because I like Bear so much more than unicorn, and they both have the pear in it. And honestly, when I brought them back together, I noticed that the Bear wasn't selling as much because people were so gravitating to the unicorn. And I feel like it's just as sweet. It has so many beautiful notes to it. I don't know that I'd get rid of unicorn forever. I just think I can take unicorn into a direction that will enhance it. It's just pear with a little bit of salvia, and I think I could do more to that fragrance, even though it's beautiful. Okay, so I think Bear is going to move to the woodsy category. I think I agree with you, Jenny. Does everybody agree that Bear should be under the woodsy category as opposed to the sweet? It'd be on the sweet side of the woodsy category, but I will leave. I do not like Bear. Yeah. Jenny, you got your deer, girl. You got your deer. Don't worry, the sweet fragrance category is stacked. It is stacked. Bear is one of my favorite fragrances. It's so funny. But you don't like the woodsy. You like sweet. You're a sweet gal. You like the sweet fragrances for sure. But that's why I think it actually would be okay to move it out of that sweet fragrance and into the woodsy category. So I am going to put Bear into the woodsy category here, unless somebody speaks up and says that they just disagree. I think that's a good fit there. And then I put Peacock underneath the grounding category, the earthy, meditative grounding energy. I feel like it makes sense there. And I think Peacock would be the 5th place for right now. But really, we might do a vote at the end to see if it needs to go, because I messed up and didn't have it included. And I feel like it might beat out Elephant. It might beat out Cat. Cat and Peacock kind of are both a little bit floral because of the gardenia, but gardenia is really not floral. It's very, very earthy, that the Peacock is. The turmeric comes through really a lot, and it really is a beautifully... When I had less turmeric in it, it was actually a very sweet fragrance. And I honestly loved it as a more sweet fragrance, but I wanted turmeric to shine more, so that we get to experience it as a fragrance, because again, I can always change it and evolve or bring it back to something else, you know? So, okay. We're going to vote for the woodsy category first. This is going to be four votes, so pick your top 2 out of this instead of top 3. I guess it's okay if you do top 3. I'm okay with it. Let's just do top 3 like we've been doing. So the woodsy category right now is the Sun / Wolf, which is the same fragrance. I'm going to take one out. I'm going to use the Wolf. The Wolf, which is the cedarwood and... patchouli and cedarwood. We're keeping the Bear in this category, which is cedarwood, basil, and pear. We're keeping Hecate in this category, which is the lily of the valley and patchouli. And then we're going to keep the Eagle in this category, because these are all the same fragrances here is the reason I'm taking those out. And then Eagle is silver fir and vanilla. So let me take these for the moment. I'm going to move these down here. We're going to vote for those, the spicy. You can choose your top 3 out of these right here. Let's do it. Boop. Boop. Actually, no. I think boop. Boop. Yep. Boop. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, these are the 4 options here. Choose your favorite 3 out of the 4. The 4 options are the Bear, which is cedarwood, basil, and pear. The Wolf, which is cedarwood and patchouli. the Hecate, which is Patchouli and Lily of the Valley, and the Eagle, which is Silver Fir and Vanilla. So let me write Bear over here. Okay, let's tally your votes. I don't even need to take this line off. I'm just going to rewrite it. Okay. Let's tally your votes here. Okay, so Jenny, you put Badger, Fox, and Eagle. I want to give you a second, though, because I'm going to calculate your votes, because I was saying that we were going to do it as one big category, but I'm just going to let's split it up, because they're so different from each other, and the warm spices are their own category, and to try to make a favorite when cinnamon and orange is nothing like the other ones, I think is going to make it confusing. So I'll just keep the categories like I have them, and we'll pick the top ones out of these 4, and then we'll do the warm ones next, the warm and spicy, and we have 3 there, which I honestly think that Phoenix might go in there. I might add it just to get a 4th vote, because of the fact that it gets the anointing of the allspice, which does add a lot of spice to the candle. And even though it is the same as Hecate, it is one that kind of blurs depending on what you choose. Though I think you get more Hecate's scent's a hard one for me as well to categorize. Let's see here. Okay. Unicorn is your ultimate favorite. Yeah, I have a lot of people that love unicorn. I'm just creating drama for you here. Okay, hello. Glad I could come. Oh, it's so nice for you to be here. You only like the Eagle out of this category. Okay, so out of this category, your vote is Eagle, which is, okay, vote there, 1. I'm going to vote for my 3. I'm choosing Bear. That's my favorite. Then I'm going to choose Hecate. That's my second favorite. Oof. Ooh, this is a harder category, actually, because I like all of these. Like I said, I don't know that one's going to go away in this category. Bear, Eagle. All right, I chose Bear, I chose Hecate, and then I'm going to choose Eagle. And I actually think I like the Wolf more than Hecate. I'm taking off Hecate. Okay. Bridget put Hecate. Just 1 vote for you, Bridget. You get 3. You get 3, y'all. You get 3. Top 3 here. Top 3. Okay. Wolf, Bear, and Hecate. Wolf, Bear, and Hecate. Wolf, Bear, Hecate. Okay. Bear, Hecate, and Eagle. Bear, Hecate, and Eagle. Okay. Give it a second for any more votes to come in. Right now, we are only tied with 2 of them. So, I know we're tied 3-3 and 2-2. So, we'll see if any more come in a second here. Again, the options are, these are the options here. We've got Bear, which is cedarwood, basil, and pear. We've got Wolf, which is cedarwood and patchouli. We've got the Eagle, which is silver fir and vanilla. And we've got Hecate, which is patchouli and lily of the valley. This is the category of woodsy fragrances. There is of course, not only just woodsy, there is a mix, just like in other categories. It wasn't just clean and fresh. There was a mix. There's always going to be a way, just like our whole chart makes up our being. Bear is your favorite, Christina. Keep Bear and Hecate. Okay, Bear and Hecate for Christina. Bear, thank you for your vote. You get a 3rd if you want it. Bear and Hecate. 3 out of 4. You get to choose 3. Okay, I'm calling for the votes here. Let me look. Now we've got a tie between Hecate and Eagle. So I'm actually, since we've only got 4 fragrances, now we'll do the poll with all 4, and we'll see what comes up. So wolf, bear, Hecate, and eagle. Okay, now this will be for your favorite one out of the 4 that of the fragrances, okay? Just 1 vote is all you get here. But I already tallied up, so we have a first, second, third, and fourth. Never smelled wolf, so I feel like I'd be cheating, LOL. That's okay. I totally am okay with y'all voting if you're just going off your opinions, but I do love that you guys are trying to, all of you guys have worked with a lot of these candles. So I love that you are actually voting based off of your favorites and not favorites. That's exactly what I'm wanting. It's the best feedback I could get. So I really can't thank you enough because it's already been 2 hours and y'all are vibing with me. So thank you. I'm having the best time. And we're over halfway now. So we're almost done with this vote here, and then we're gonna be over halfway. And the warm is gonna go really quickly because it's only 3 fragrances, and then the sweet fragrances is going to be hard because we might have to cut 2 of those. And I don't know if I'm gonna include the seasonal one or not because I think I like the idea of keeping it seasonal because I don't want to lose it. So maybe even though I was gonna make it a permanent fragrance, it's seasonal and it's kind of cut. All right, let's see here. You're not familiar with eagle or wolf. I've only thrown 2 tantrums. Jenny, I love you so much. You know, Alabama's not far from Atlanta, girl. We're gonna have to hang out because you're so freaking funny. You always crack me up. I've only had 2 tantrums. You will show up at my house. Alex, you got rid of unicorn? I feel like that's gonna be teal because I'm getting rid of the Uni Raven. But like, no one bought it. All of you torchbearers didn't buy it. Is it too competitive? I just feel like this is a competitive energy. It kind of even makes me feel versus because even when I've done the next combo, they blended versus being like. Okay. Let's see what the vote is here. Okay, 50% for bear, 17, 17, 17. Come on, y'all. Come on, please vote some more. Someone else vote. Let's see here. I want it. Lady Shay, you have to try. What were the 2? Hold on, I have to see which the 2. You have not had eagle or wolf. Out of the 2, I feel like you would like the eagle because I think you like those sweeter fragrances, and I love the eagle. The silver fir and the vanilla. Oh. But let me not push y'all. I'm obsessed with the unicorn raven that I have actually. LOL. Look, Christina, it is a really good fragrance. It is, and that's why I like that y'all are so into it. That when I do bring it back, there'll be excitement, and y'all will be like, "Oh, I'm buying the Uni Raven." And I did like a pre-order. I just doubled up. Y'all hit the pre-order, and I was like, "Oh, cool. They loved the Uni Raven. Let me do another round of it." And then it was like crickets, and I was like, "Okay, let me just like let this fragrance die for a little bit until y'all are ready for it again." Because obviously if you've got 2 or 3 of that scent, you may not want another one right now. And that's why when I have 25 of them, it just may have to float amongst the sea of fragrances that come back. Because it is really like a sweet and earthy fragrance. Jenny, do you like that one? Have you tried the Uni Raven? Because I'm noticing a trend on your fragrance preferences. So I think that's interesting to see. And I honestly, I'm in for making some fragrances that are even more less grounded and less balanced. Not grounded. I don't mean grounded in the way that they smell. I mean grounded in the way of like the approach to them, and more focal towards a particular direction. Okay, let's see. The votes are still 50, 17, 17. I'm gonna have to break it again, huh? You're gonna make me break it. You're gonna make me do the tiebreaker. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Bear is the winner. So in first place though, hold on. Let's see here. How is Bear the winner? Did I put Hecate? Okay, well, we have a winner here based off of already what the vote tallies were. I don't have to be a tally vote winner because in first place was Hecate with 4 votes and tied with the eagle. So let's see here. If it's tied there, we're going to go... Ooh, that's kind of hard to do here. And then bear snuck in with the winner of this. So I think bear has to get second place because of that. I might have to do a vote between the eagle and Hecate for first, and the other one will get third. Because bear won overall. And that would mean that wolf is fourth. Okay, so now let me end this poll, and we'll do one more real quick for Hecate, or which Hecate is lily of the valley and patchouli, or what was it? Shit. Eagle, which is silver fir and vanilla. Silver fir and vanilla. You don't like it. Okay, silver fir and vanilla, or Hecate. Lily of the Valley and patchouli. This is for third place. Really tied for second. I guess we could do another vote between bear and this one if you really want to see who actually gets second and who gets third. Hecate's the winner of this one. I think Hecate is the winner of. I think Hecate is, and between Hecate and bear, I think. That's funny though. Hecate's the winner. So first place goes to Hecate. So now between bear, for second place, it's either bear or eagle. Bear or eagle for second place. They're tied technically, so I don't think I'm getting rid of any of these fragrances. You don't have to worry. You can vote. You don't have to worry. I mean, this is just for fun at this point. So first place is Hecate. Second place is either bear or raven, or eagle. I'm sorry, bear or eagle. And then third place will be whichever one loses this. And then fourth place is the wolf, which is a great fragrance still. It's just fourth place here. Bear. Okay, second place is bear like I have it. Third place is eagle. I like this, y'all. This is so fun. Okay, so first place, the winner of this category, we have for the woodsy fragrances, Hecate. We added bear, which came in under second place, and then third, and then fourth. First is Hecate. This is so cool. I'm getting like to know what my best fragrances are too. Hecate is the winner, moth, and then otter. I am shocked. I'm shocked by who is getting the first place of each of these categories. Okay. So, first place, second place, third place, fourth place. Okay, let's put them up there. Fourth, third, second, and first. Okay, coming back to the grounding section, y'all. Let's place this one real quick. A real quick vote here. Ooh, 33%. Someone voted for the eagle, but it didn't come up enough. So real quick, to where we're going to put the peacock, okay? Back to the meditative grounding section. That's the far right over here with the rabbit, the cat, and the moth, right? I think that to bring back the two that we have over here into this category might help us just make this decision. Keeping those up there. Let's see what the tide was. Elephant had 3 votes, which is tied with rabbit, whereas cat had 2 votes. Raven had 2 votes. So I think we're going to do elephant. So elephant is rosemary and basil. This is for the grounding section, right? And meditative. And then elephant. Peacock is very grounding as well, which is the turmeric and Gardenia, really earthy, probably my most earthy fragrance, and I really like that because the only one that would compete with it might be the Raven, and or in terms of earthiness, the Cat, which is more floral, because of the fact that it is pretty earthy and floral. Okay, so then now the Peacock, the Raven, which is just frankincense. Out of those three, we're going to decide which will actually get 4th place and go up on the board and then bump down the other ones. There we go. Out of these 3 options. So I was stuck lemon and rosemary. You see the original vote? That's weird. Maybe I have to restart the live. Lemon and rosemary is elephant. Yes. Lemon and rosemary is elephant. Rosemary and lemon. Then Raven is frankincense. And then gardenia and turmeric. I have the new poll. It should be up. Hopefully you can get to it. Elephant's the first option. Then Peacock or Raven. And this is going to help decide what goes into 4th place. And what then gets put into 5th place. And 6th. Because right now, Raven is technically what will go into 6th place. And then 5th will either be Peacock or this. I might still do a vote here. Right now we only have one person that's voted, so it's kind of hard for me to make the decision. I may just leave this category raw, which is fine, or the way that it is. Because I feel like I don't want to get rid of Peacock anyways, but I really don't want to get rid of Elephant either. Y'all are voting Elephant, or one person voted Elephant. So, let's see. That had 3 tally marks. Peacock. Right now, I wouldn't have known how many tally marks it would have had. And then Cat, I feel like maybe I should have added Cat back into this vote. Because I feel like Cat could have been in this vote as well. Okay, Raven and Elephant. Do I have a Peacock fragrance lover here? It might not be anybody's favorite fragrance. That's okay. Maybe it is meant to go. I love it. Have you not had it? Have you not tried it? Does it intimidate you? I sent out, it's absolutely one of my favorite soaps I've ever made. I love the Peacock soap. I sent out a ton of Peacock soap. I made a Peacock soap so that y'all would actually maybe order the candle more. Because I thought it's not getting appreciated because it's such a good fragrance, but it just is how that ends up happening. You know, it's got so many different fragrances to talk about, and it is very grounding. And if y'all aren't really into grounding fragrances, it may not have its audience yet. Happened with Unicorn. Unicorn was one of my least performing candles, and it became my most popular. To where like Jenny's like, I will literally revolt, and I couldn't sell it for a long time. But okay, Peacock I think is now gonna go. Right now I've got 2 people I am voting for, so I'm gonna say that it's gonna be hold on. I think it's in 5th. With Raven in 6th. So, Elephant's getting bumped up. 1st, 2nd, I think is Rabbit. I think 3rd is Cat. 4th is Elephant. Fourth is Elephant. There we go. And then 5th would be Peacock, which is now going to go into the category of potential fragrances that might go away. All right, which we didn't bring one from this category. We kept all 4. We didn't drop the wolf down into a fragrance that will potentially go away. But we do have all these other guides, which are their counterparts. I'm going to move these over here somewhere, because these are the doubled up guides. Okay. And now we're moving back over to the spicy, warm and spicy, which we've already talked about, but we are now going to vote on. So we've got the fox, which is cinnamon and orange. We've got the dragon, which is the cinnamon, vanilla, frankincense, and jasmine. And then we've got the badger, which is cinnamon and vanilla. So we're going to vote. There's 3 options here. You can do your favorite 2. Pick 2 of the 3. Or put them in the order, actually, would probably be the best way to do it. Put them in your favorite order, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're just going to do an end poll here. This has got all 3. Look at that. The 3, 3, 3. And then I will go ahead and actually do a poll as well so we can find out the best one. Not Hadger. Badger. Dragon. Fox. Start poll, and this will be to decide. So you only get 1 vote here on this when you vote there, but you guys give me your tallies. Give me your tallies and I will put it. The soap is great. Thank you, Bridget. I love the soap. So for Jenny, you put Badger, All Hallows Eve, and then Fox. So you're thinking the All Hallows Eve. Jenny, is your opinion that All Hallows Eve belongs in the spicy category and not the sweet? Do you feel it is truly a spiced apple pie and it brings enough of the spicy notes when you're burning it? Also, I'm glad maybe I improved All Hallows Eve for you because it used to have cedar wood in it, and that you don't seem to like the more woodsy aspects of the sweet fragrances. And I definitely went more sweet with this year's All Hallows Eve because it's got a little bit of lemon, it's vanilla, it's cinnamon, it's just like a spiced apple pie. So I could pull that All Hallows Eve into here if everybody agrees with that, and then we'll have a 4th one. But okay, let's see here. Right now we've got Badger, All Hallows Eve, and Fox. Fox. And I'm going to see about All Hallows Eve. I'm going to put a tally by it. We'll see if I include it in here. Badger, Dragon, then Fox. Dragon, and then Fox. For me, I'm going to do... It's funny, I guess they're all going to end up with a tally mark, aren't they? Because there's only 3 of them if we all vote. Right? So I guess I have to do 2. I have to remove y'all's vote, or else otherwise we'll just have a tally for everyone, because there's going to just be always a tally for everyone because you're voting all 3. So that makes sense. I can't do that because I'm not categorizing it by your favorites. So hold on. I'm sorry. I'm going to remove your last vote. I hope you put it in order. Fox for Todd is going away, Todd, unless you speak. And then, for Jenny, it would have been Fox as well. Fox is getting 2 votes taken off. And then I liked both All Hallows Eve, so both are great. Okay, cool. And I do feel like it could go under here. Let's look at all these other sweet fragrances. I think out of what is left, it's one of the ones that's hard to change or not. It could go either way. Those are all the sweet fragrances left, which one of these is technically gone. That goes here. And then this is all the sweet fragrances left. Okay, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 sweet fragrances if I don't take out the All Hallows Eve now. But okay, right now I've got the votes in. You vote All Hallows Eve. And let's see what the poll is saying. So right now, Badger's the winner, then Dragon and Fox are tied. So let's see, right now, Badger is the winner, and then Dragon has second. So it is looking like first place is going to go to Badger. I'm going to give y'all a couple more seconds here. Let me drink a little water and see if there's a vote coming in for any more of the Badger, which is cinnamon and vanilla, Dragon, which is cinnamon and vanilla with frankincense and jasmine, or Fox, which is cinnamon and orange. Okay, looks like first place is going to Badger, and second place is going to go to Dragon. Did I vote? I think I would vote Badger if I didn't vote. And then second place, and then third. Woohoo! Okay, so now we've got first place going to... Oh, I forgot to add Phoenix! But I honestly think it doesn't need to be here. So it only adds a little bit of spice. But I think honestly, as I'm not going to get rid of that fragrance because it literally won first. under the last category. The first here being the badger. Now, where are you? There you are. So now first, and then dragon, and then honorable mentions would be All Hallows Eve and the Phoenix. Those would be honorable mentions. Badger, dragon, and fox. Look, someone else voted, and that put it in the right order that I want it here, or that I put it here. Badger, then dragon, then fox. I think this line goes up here. I am going to do this the way I had it originally instead, so it doesn't become confusing. I took off all the other repeats. I knew it was gonna fall. Sorry, y'all. I hope it didn't scare you. I knew it was gonna fall because this is empty, but I have to have it in the right order. It needs a little slip on it. Okay, there we go. There we go. First, second, and third. Badger, dragon, and fox. This is so cool. Last category, y'all. We don't have any more getting added to the potential cutouts. These might all go. We'll see. Right now, these are the only ones that are potential fragrances that are going away. They don't have to, but they might be. And right now, we're moving into the very last category. We're at the end, and then we get to do a collective reading. And it's been our awesome first community gathering here on YouTube. I'm so excited. Look, we're at 143, 143. That's how long we've been going. I love you. So I love you all. 1433 is what I saw. 14333. 14333. So okay, now we're gonna pull out all of the fragrances here for the sweet fragrances. So we're gonna start with the All Hallows Eve, which is the all-spiced or not all-spiced, the pumpkin spice apple pie. Apple, vanilla, cinnamon, and a little bit of lemon. So it's a really beautiful fragrance. It is a seasonal fragrance. This one may get completely taken out of the vote, but I do want y'all's opinions on where it falls. So I'm not going to be getting rid of it. There always will be some sort of seasonal fall fragrance that comes for the All Hallows Eve. You can also use it for the Ghost or for any other fall fragrance that you would like to use it for. I can't seem to get that little piece to stop annoying me. Will you go that way? Oh well. You know, some days you just have a little hairstyle. All right. So then the next one after that is Mystic Grove, which is the unicorn, pear and salvia. Pear and salvia. That one is a popular one from all the torchbearers. People love it. It is a very beautifully sweet, probably the most sweet. Along with this one, I would say I really think this throws a lot of sweetness. This fragrance here, the unicorn, it's so pleasant. It just smells like a candy shop without it being like overtly candy, like artificial. Speaking of candy, the perfect candle to go with the candy shop is the Witch, which is grapefruit, goji berry, and patchouli. And it smells to me like Nerds gummy clusters, but without, again, all the artificial. So very much like a candy kind of fragrance. I love this scent. It's a really nice, refreshing energy as well. So we've got that there for the candy energy as well. Now we also have the Horse, which is peach, vanilla, and orange. And this is a really like a orange creamsicle. Little bits of floral notes in there. This is a little bit on the floral side, still on the sweet candle. I think it has less floral and more sweet, but because the peach is just a very floral fruit, you do get hints of that perfumey floral notes, you know? Oh, love it. Okay, I also introduced that to be a very sweet candle as well. And now one of the other ones that is very sweet too is the apple. This is just apple. Jenny, you were very much asking for apple, and I found one that I really love. And I think it's been a really great addition to both the All Hallows Eve and now with also the Dolphin apple fragrance. It is a milder fragrance candle. This is one that is not the best in terms of if you're wanting a really strong fragrance in your whole home. I would not navigate you towards the apple. But what I love about it is when you actually pay attention to it, it is actually doing what I love about some of my other lighter fragrance candles is that it's a great harmonious energy. The fragrance really helps intensify the hominess of your feeling of the home. I noticed it as more of a overall fragrance as opposed to like, oh my goodness, it's really hitting me in the face and what does that smell? It's more of like, oh, what's going on? It's kind of hard to describe, and it really gives you like a sunscreen vibe. I love this fragrance, and when I use it as a candle for just throwing or like having it in the background going, I actually tend to think it throws really well. It's just kind of hidden. And with well fragrance smells, sometimes that happens because you, especially with natural fragrances, some of them smell almost like you're in the kitchen. Like you might not notice it because it's very much like what you're cooking up or what you've got herbs in the garden, and you don't have these artificial aspects that are being added to it. So, okay, that's the Dolphin. Really great. Goes over here with the apple pie, apple. Could also, maybe this fragrance becomes a permanent fragrance and this fragrance goes away. I don't know. And so next we have the Sea Turtle, which is also the water spirit guide, but the Sea Turtle spirit is pineapple, coconut, vanilla, and cedarwood. Very tropical, pina colada, super sweet, absolutely amazing. Also, because of the pineapple, and I feel like it gives me similar vibes to the horse. So I think it's a good one for me to set on top of the horse, actually. Along with the kind of more floral-y, kind of more driftwood, if you would. I get a lot of driftwood vibes from that fragrance. And then the last sweet fragrance candle is the Lily of the Valley and Pineapple with the Dragonfly. Again, still kind of bringing in a lot of those sweet notes from the pineapple, but takes it in a more of a like orchard, like an orchard vibe, as opposed to more tropical vibe. And so maybe these two could be together, and then the tropically one kind of goes here. I'm going to put that on top. So this category is quite long. There's 7 options here. So we're going to do 7 places of votes, and then we'll see what ends up in the bottom. So you can give me your top, I guess, 4? Top 4 sounds like a good vote amount. So let me read what y'all are putting now that I've talked about them all. All the options are the Sea Turtle, which is pineapple, cedarwood, coconut, and vanilla. Then we've got Dragonfly, which is Lily of the Valley and pineapple. We've got Horse, which is peach, vanilla, and orange. We've got Witch here in the middle, which is goji berry, grapefruit, and patchouli. We've got Unicorn, which is pear with salvia. We've got the Dolphin, which is apple, as well as the All Hallows Eve on the bottom, which is apple, cinnamon, vanilla, and a little bit of lemon. So please put your favorite 4. Jenny here has you put 3. You can give me a 4th one if you want, Jenny. Unicorn, All Hallows Eve, and the Dolphin. So Unicorn, All Hallows Eve, which I already had your tally for. And then Dolphin. Oh, I don't have Dolphin written on here, do I? See, I'm glad we did this. Apple. So Dolphin, okay. I want this too. You want these too, right? All of these are like the most popular fragrances. That's why I saved it for last, because I'm really curious to see. These are the most popular fragrances in my line. What 2 are going to end up at the bottom? Because they're all really popular. Like this category does phenomenal. It is my biggest sellers. So we've got, again, the apple with the cinnamon, vanilla, and a little bit of lemon. Yep, and then we've got the cedarwood vanilla pineapple and coconut with the sea turtle. We've got the goji berry, the grapefruit, and the patchouli with the witch. We've got the pear with a little bit of salvia with the unicorn. We've got the dragonfly, which is lily of the valley and pineapple. And we've got the horse, which is peach, vanilla, and orange. So your top 4 fragrances. Unicorn. Okay, got that one already. I want this too. I can't pick. Take your time. I'm gonna pick mine now too. I'm gonna choose. For me, it is hard this time. This is the most popular. I think All Hallows Eve did come in this year for me. And then after that, it is probably Unicorn. And then after that, I think it's Witch. Oh. Fudge. Wow, this is hard. Hold on, this is hard. I don't know if All Hallows Eve is my favorite then, if I'm thinking about it. Like, there's so many good ones here. I love the sea turtle. I absolutely love the dragonfly. And every time I burn the horse, I'm always so pleasantly surprised by how much I'm not a huge peach person. I love the horse fragrance. Good night, Bridget. Thank you for coming tonight. We're right at the end, y'all. This is the last voting, and then we're going to do the collective reading, okay? Thank you for hanging out. Okay, horse is your 4th, Jenny. Okay, I'm going to write it down. Horse is your 4th here. There's the tally. And then for me, I put unicorn. It's sea turtle. Yeah, I'm torn between the witch and the horse as my 4th, to be honest. The witch, it smells so good. It's just a really light fragrance, but I really love the fragrance. Okay, let's see if anybody else has added any other before I do. Turtle, horse, witch, and unicorn. Okay, turtle, horse, witch, and unicorn. Okay. Turtle, horse, witch, and unicorn. Let me see if I've missed anybody else here. I want that one. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right, I'm about to put the options in the poll. I can only do 4. So let me see what options are out of the 4 here. Unicorn. Okay, I'm thinking I might take the All Hallows Eve out right now because it is tied with the turtle, but I think it's a seasonal fragrance that deserves to be in its like own category almost. So I think I can keep it out for now and then do the options between. The unicorn here is winning and so is the horse. So maybe the vote will be between the dolphin, the dragonfly, the turtle, and the witch. But I do need to decide who wins between the unicorn and the horse for 1st and 2nd. So let me see if anybody else adds a vote. Okay. Okay, let me see. I think I'm gonna do then 1st then 2nd will be, 1st will be the unicorn, 2nd will be this one for now, and then we'll see if anybody changes their mind and adds, and then that will help me know because I think everybody's favorite is unicorn. And then 2nd will be the horse. I think that And then to decide third and fourth and fifth. And then right now, All Hallows Eve is just staying at like, it's just voted. It's not going to get a last place. It's just voted up there. And then second is going to be the horse right now. But then let me add these. Okay. So now the options are going to be which is the goji berry, grapefruit, and patchouli. The turtle, which is pineapple, coconut, vanilla, and cedarwood. The dragonfly, which is lily of the valley and pineapple. One of my most popular candles, actually. People order that all the time. And then the dolphin, which is just apple. These are the four. I know your favorites already, so I'm deciding your favorite from these four, okay? So the four options here, you only get one vote here, and I'll see what wins the next placement, which will be third place technically, but really kind of second, because tied for first is the unicorn and the horse. So which maybe we'll do a vote for that too to see who gets first and second between those. So third place. Ooh, we're tied 50-50. Come on, give me some votes, y'all. Give me some votes. Come on, vote. So the options are the witch, which is goji berry, patchouli, and grapefruit. Turtle, pineapple, coconut, cedarwood, vanilla. Dragonfly, lily of the valley, and pineapple. Dolphin, apple. Wow, the votes went to 2 I wasn't expecting. Okay, keep going, keep going. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, this is the last vote. Well, not the last vote, but the last category. We're the last section of votes here. So we are tied right now. I just need a couple of more votes to come in, and then I can decide. I can be the tiebreaker as well. But the options are witch, turtle, dolphin, or dragonfly. And right now in first place is the unicorn. Then second place is the horse, which we're about to do a vote for that as well. And then we're going to decide who gets third here. And then this one's going to stay there. That's seasonal. And then now... All right. I'm going to do the tiebreaker between dolphin and dragonfly. I'm choosing dragonfly. So the tiebreaker is dragonfly being third. Where am I at? There it is, third. And then dolphin, which is... I'm going to have to say, though... Actually, no. It's surprising because turtle got 2 votes already. So I think that I might have to give third to the dragonfly, then fourth to the turtle, then fifth to dolphin, even though it got a vote there, because it's only 2 votes. So I can't supersede what votes were already here. So dolphin only has 1 vote here. So I think that's a fair placement. 5th, and then 6th being the witch, even though it has 1 vote as well. Like, that makes sense. So that would mean All Hallows Eve is taken out. It's the... Let's decide between that 2. Oh, wait, witch just got a vote! Look! Y'all are killing me. That is so funny. Okay, let's see here. Then unicorn. So sea turtle's at the bottom. I think it's going to maybe go away. Witch might go away. Let's see. Sea turtle. Okay, that's the order there. And then the 2 that are potentially going away are these 2. Let me see. Let's decide between first place, which would be either the unicorn or the horse. I'm going to do a vote. Okay, speak now or forever hold your peace. Right now it's a 3-way tie between the witch, the dragonfly, and the dolphin. And honestly, between the dragonfly and the witch, I had made the decision between the dragonfly and the dolphin. And the witch has 1 vote. I still think I choose dragonfly. I think it's a more unique combination. So 3rd for dragonfly, 4th for the sea turtle, 5th for the witch. No, 5th for the dolphin, 6th for the witch. I choose Dragonfly, but I don't know why I choose. I'm new here. No worries, Frank. Thank you for your choice. Actually, that helps me choose that it's Dragonfly as well then. Lily of the Valley and Pineapple, which one you're feeling called to. So these are all fragrances. I am making my way. I've been here live for 2 hours now. I've made my way over from TikTok. We go live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time there, and I'm switching them over to YouTube now. All of my torchbearers and I decided that we were going to go live tonight to discuss all the fragrances I have available and stuff on my website. Everything is currently 22% off. All of my candles are made with soy and coconut wax, Reiki infused, and essential oils only. They are original artwork. I'm not the artist of all of them. Some of them have also been made using mixed media like Canva and things I have access to through public domain and public artists and things like that. I'm always about giving credit where credit is due and where it's needed to. As an artist myself, I love to make sure you know whose part is in where, right? All them channel messages that I do on the side help you understand what that spirit guide represents and how it can apply in your journey where you find yourself, whether it's spiritually, metaphysically, supernaturally, esoterically, or just as a candle. Totally fine as well. But we're voting, having a fun time voting, where this is the last votes, and it is now, with your vote here, made the decision for Dragonfly to be 3rd, and now 4th position is to the Sea Turtle. 5th position is going to, which actually I might have to do 4th to Dolphin, because Sea Turtle, even though it got 2, Dolphin got 1, 2... No, I think this is right. Okay, then 5th. Okay, I think this is right. Thank you. I want to participate because it's always community. I love it, but I wish you to see. You love sea turtles. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate it. I love sea turtles as well. They're one of my favorite animal guides. When I was first connecting with water guides, I wanted to do sea turtle. They beat out my dolphin, which dolphin's always been my favorite. Otter beat it out first, but when I was reassessing, I went on a couple trips actually, where I experienced a lot of sea turtles and got to snorkel with them, and it was really just like cool to get to see them up close, and they're like slow, steady pace. They're all about resilience and divine timing. So really great energy. So all these guides are staying. Their fragrances just may change. So right now, let's vote for 1st and 2nd, which was the, actually I think I'm good. I think it is Unicorn, then this. I think this is right. So now we have these two on the chopping block. I like it. This is our line for the sweet fragrances, with an additional seasonal fragrance of the All Hallows Eve. So this is our line of the sweet fragrances. And we may not get rid of any of these other ones, but let's see. And then there we go. Sweet. And with the All Hallows Eve going on top, should we do a vote between those 3? Let's do a vote between those 3. All Hallows Eve, Witch, and Dolphin. Start poll. Okay. All Hallows Eve, Witch, and Dolphin. Just to decide the order of those 3, because these 3 these 2 are on the chopping block. All Hallows Eve is not. But just to see what y'all say when you vote there, All Hallows Eve, Witch, or Dolphin, which is apple. The Witch is goji berry, grapefruit, and patchouli. And then the All Hallows Eve is the apple, cinnamon, vanilla, and a lemon. So that will now finalize our vote system. So now we have Unicorn in 1st for the sweet. We have Bear being moved. And then next in 2nd is the Horse. In 3rd is the Dragonfly. In 4th is the Sea Turtle. In 5th is the Dolphin, which I didn't have on here. And in 6th is the Witch, unless you guys change it in this vote. Let's see what y'all put. Let's see what the vote is. All Hallows Eve at the top, which I figured, then witch, then dolphin. See? Okay. This is telling me I thought dolphin and witch might be swapped. So is dolphin and witch swapped, y'all? Please vote. Is it apple or is it goji berry, grapefruit, and patchouli? This might make a difference between which one goes on the chopping block. So is it witch or dolphin's fragrance? Goji berry, grapefruit, and patchouli, or the apple fragrance? This will be seasonal. That means apple might need to either, or it might just come and stay. I haven't decided. But if I get rid of both the dolphin, if I get rid of dolphin, then All Hallows Eve might definitely stay because that's the only place that has apple right now. And then witch is got a lot of the apple kind of feeling with the grapefruit, the patchouli, and the goji berry. But I'm thinking we're going to swap. This is going to be 5th. And this is going to be 6th. So that means I gotta swap it here as well. And then the witch becomes 5th. Thank you, Frank. Hi, sweet. It was very sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see here. Okay, y'all. Woohoo! We are almost done. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So now the winner of each category. Under the sweet category, we have the winner being technically a tie between probably All Hallows Eve, honestly, which is kind of surprising, and then unicorn. In first place under the warm and spicy is the badger. In first place under the woodsy section is Hecate. In first place, which you can see here, unicorn, badger, Hecate. In first place under the clean/fresh fragrances is the otter spirit guide. And in first place, which I think I can move these a little bit down to give a little more clarity between the sections. And in first place in the meditative grounding fragrances is the moth. Yay! And the fragrance on the chopping block. See, this is a seasonal, unique fragrances here. And then I think witch might go okay, y'all. That means dolphin gets put on the chopping block with dolphin, apple, lavender, moon, owl, eucalyptus, and lemon, raven, frankincense. Funny, I'm noticing that's 3 out of all the candles we've chosen. 3 of them are simply just one fragrance. So that means that y'all gravitate to the more complex fragrance designs as opposed to the ones that are highlighting just one oil, one fragrance. And then last, peacock, gardenia, and turmeric. We're going to do a vote out of these now. These all fall under different categories. This is under the grounding and meditative. This is under the clean and fresh section. This is under, wait, hold on. This is under the grounding and meditative fragrances. This is under the clean and fresh fragrances. And this is under the sweet fragrances. So we're going to do a little vote of that and see, and that'd be fun. And then we'll do a reading. Wow, guys, I can't believe it. All I can smell is the witch, is the patchouli, unfortunately. That is so shocking. I don't smell it at all, Jenny. And it is so little. Like, when I say out of 0.85 is the max amount of fragrance I can do for the load of a candle in my candles, and or point, it depends on the amount because it changes depending on the amount of wax, but around there is around the max that I can put. And so when I say that it is probably like I can tell you the like exact amount. Hold on. It's not even. Like, I don't think I did it even. Let me look. Where are you? Okay, maybe I can't tell you. Is it on the back? It's 0.1, Jenny. 0.1. 0.1 out of 0.5 goji berry, 0.25 grapefruit. It is 0.1. The smallest amount. I can decrease it a little more, but geez. It's crazy how that happens, you know? It's funny how that happens. Everybody's noses are different. We all have different, we pick up on different things. And, you know, it's just funny. So... you're like, all I smell is patchouli in that one. You don't like anything with patchouli. You know, that's a couple of torchbearers that don't like patchouli. I have kept that note. I'm not planning on making any guides with patchouli, even though it's one of my favorites. And right now, there actually isn't a patchouli cut or on the line. So, we'll see. And I may still, like, witch is on the edge, right? Fox is on the edge. Wolf on the edge. Deer on the edge. Elephant. Even cat with the potential, because I think I want to do a vote between cat and peacock, actually. Let's do a vote between cat and peacock. They're both very floral and earthy. Cat and peacock. Very floral and earthy. And even though cat technically got bumped up to third because I think it was very close between elephant being in third place and cat being in last place and fourth place. So I would be curious to see between cat and peacock. Peacock being the gardenia and the turmeric. This is very, very, very earthy. I absolutely love it. When it burns, it smells amazing. It's one of my favorite fragrances, but it can go away if we need it to and just live in soaps. It might just work better for things that are more topical as opposed to things that are for scenting your home. You just may not enjoy it as much. I love smelling like I'm underneath the earth or cooking in the kitchen with a bunch of turmeric. Like, it smells like you're using turmeric very heavily in the kitchen. And you may not like that fragrance, you know? But I think it's a very interesting fragrance. Same thing with the cat. Cat is not, on the other hand, I don't feel that same way about it. I like the fragrance, but it is not attracting to me because it's more floral. This is not floral. This is earthy with floral notes, but it doesn't make me feel floral. The gardenia, I thought I didn't like gardenia, and then I got gardenia essential oil, and I'm in love with it. I don't have a lot of it, otherwise I would have used it in other fragrances, but it's great. So, but if we get rid of this, gardenia might go away for a while. If the witch goes away, it might be a while before I can work a grapefruit into there. So I have to really see. This is why this is day one of voting on all this type of stuff, and I'm not going to take it all. I'm going to send out what happens. We're going to do it on TikTok again. We're going to be talking about this for a little while before my new fragrance line launches, with everything being, refreshed and completely decided upon in the different categories, So I'm looking at the votes, seeing what y'all put here. It's a 50-50 split. Wouldn't you know it? Right now, 50-50 split between the gardenia, peacock, and the cat. So I'm going to leave that there for the moment. And I might actually, because of that, I think I'm going to take it out of this next vote. It got 50-50, so instead the vote for the last four are going to be between these. And I think that makes sense because I think the thing that, out of looking at the line, this fits the most in a missing category, I think. When I look at the clean or the herbaceous kind of grounding fragrances, you've got herbaceous with the rabbit, you've got really clean with the elephant, you've got really floral with the cat, and you've got cooling, kind of wintry, affecting, like meditative with the moth. This is really earthy, but not earthy and floral, not earthy and clean, not earthy and sweet, earthy. and grounding. So I think it fits into that category. When I go into the next category, and it's more of the clean fragrances, you've got the more of the medicinal herbaceous energy with the eucalyptus and the mint of the otter. You've got the more citrus with the bees, orange and lemon. You've got very woodsy and clean with the cedar wood and lavender. And then you've got woods or clean and sweet with the lavender and lemongrass. So I think, again, this fits back into that other category, and these votes will be a better voting system. But let's see what y'all have now said. Cat over the peacock. So then the next category, Hecate, bear, eagle, and wolf. Then I think I'm really liking this, y'all. I'm really liking this. So we're gonna do this like I did for the other one. And now we've got just like that. Now we're gonna end this poll. We had 3 votes, so it was a good selection there to know. So I had, because it's not just 2, because when it's 2 it's even, and I'm having to break it. I like when I don't have to break it. So okay, moon, dolphin, raven, moon. We're almost done. Dolphin. I actually hope I can take some of this content and edit it for TikTok. Raven and owl. Start poll. Oh, no. I almost did raven, owl as 1. Owl. Okay. Now you're going to vote your favorite out of those 4. And this is just going to help me decide the order of how these if they might go away. We've got owl, which is eucalyptus and lemon. We've got raven, which is frankincense. We've got moon, which is lavender. We've got dolphin, which is apple. All right, I am putting witch on here too because they get moved up. Okay. Let's see here. So right now we've got Raven and Owl winning, 50-50 split. So I am looking for either Peacock, I've already moved up. So Owl, which is eucalyptus and lemon. Moon, which is lavender. Raven, which is frankincense. And Dolphin, which is apple. And then I already moved Witch up. So this is the selection of 6 fragrances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fragrances that might be going. That would bring me down from 25 to 19. So I would still want to need to potentially get rid of 4 more. Wow. If I got rid of 4 more, but then one of them is a seasonal, so that's 3 more that I have to get rid of out of the whole line. If I got rid of all of 4 of those. Actually, all 6 of these, Peacock and Witch included. So wow. To bring me down to 15 fragrances. But we'll see. Vote now, guys. Please, please, please. If not, I'm going to make a tiebreaker. I'm going to make the choice. I'm going to put in first place, which is funny. What's chosen every time is surprising to me. I like this. I like that I get to discover what y'all choose, even if it's just what you gravitate towards. I know right now by the end, maybe I should have started with the favorite, because that's funny. I ended with it thinking it would help keep y'all. I knew it was going to be a long live. So I was like, let's do our favorite last. And I actually, honestly, I know this section a lot better. Not this. But we didn't get as many votes for the sweet section, which I knew we would have so many people's favorites be in there. So, but okay, let me see here. Right now, it's still here at 50-50, so I'm going to make my snap decision. I think my favorite out of those would probably be Raven. I don't like the owl. Raven or dolphin. So Raven is going to be first. Second is going to be... this is hard. Let me go look at the votes. So Dolphin got 1 vote. Raven got 2 votes. Owl got 2 votes. Excuse me. And Moon got 3 votes. Okay, so I feel like second is Moon because of the votes. Third is Owl because of what you put here. Y'all voted there, so third is Owl. Fourth is Dolphin. Okay. I think Dolphin's definitely going away. So, that would mean Raven. This is the order. Raven, Moon. These are the 4 losers. Not really losers because there's no losers here. But the 4 least popular fragrances based off of the torchbearers that were here voting tonight. I'm going to put together this whole thing and have a voting system. I'm hopefully going to do an option on TikTok where you can vote as well. I don't mind if you recast your votes. It's not like that many votes. I have a really good list already. These are the 4 fragrances that are currently on the risk of being gone. Potentially also including the Witch and the Peacock. And I'd be curious if I had 6 options. I would have loved that because I'd be curious out of having 6 votes, what would be coming in first, second, third, and fourth. Looking at the Raven or the Peacock and the Witch got 1 vote, and the Peacock we didn't do votes for because I didn't get. So I think that it would probably be 5th, and then maybe the Peacock being 6th. I think either Peacock is not liked, which could be the case. I don't think it's been that popular for candle orders. So I don't know that many people that have gotten to try it. I've sent it out a lot, even in car diffusers, to try to get y'all to at least get to experience it, to see if it's something that you're just afraid to try, and that you'll end up loving. Because it is something that sounds super earthy, right? But maybe if I even described it, that's why I also want fragrance descriptions, because the turmeric could be stopping you. But if it's not really, especially the times that I've done it with a little less turmeric, which I had already adjusted my recipe. The final recipe has a little less turmeric in it, and it's a little more heavy on the gardenia. And maybe I'll add a 3rd fragrance in. I had originally added some lemon, and I liked it, but I just didn't want lemon to always show up in all of the fragrances. So it's very bitter to you, Jenny. It's very bitter to you. Bitter, that's an interesting fragrance or description for it. I don't want to grab it down. I was going to grab it so I could smell it, but I'm not going to grab it down. It's bitter to you. Interesting. I can get that. The turmeric has kind of got that feeling. Even when you burned the candle, it felt that way. That's interesting. But yeah, okay. I love it. I love hearing it all. I absolutely do. And it's fun to get to have the freedom. And that you are a client that is willing to try all the fragrances, and then you know your favorites. You literally like 50% of my line, and there's 25%, probably 75% of my line. There's 25% of my line that isn't for you. And that means that I'm doing it right if most of my torchbearers feel like you feel. Even if the ones that line up, I'm surprised how many of you line up with the earthy fragrances. Ooh, now let's do a vote. One more vote. I know y'all aren't voting a lot anymore, but there's still 6 of you in here, so I'm hoping some of y'all will vote. Because I want to know now, out of the 4 options, because I'm going to have to break it down. Sweet. What's your favorite candles I have? Sweet. Oh, fudge. Hold on. Pull. Sweet. Warm/woodsy. I'm going to combine. So I'm sorry, warm, woodsy, warm and woodsy, clean, fresh, and then meditative and grounding. Clean, fresh, grounding. Earthy. Even though I know earthy, I didn't use earthy because I was afraid people would be intimidated by that word. Maybe instead of warm, I should put spicy woodsy. Like spicy. Even though warm, I think it's more of my line than spicy. I think it is woodsy and warm. Sorry. Warm and woodsy. Okay, so sweet, warm and woodsy. New poll. Sweet, warm and woodsy, clean and fresh, or grounding and earthy? What is your favorite of the those four fragrance categories? I have more, but just to make it easier, it's either sweet, warm / woodsy, clean, fresh. And actually, if you won't mind, if you want to also, since you just get to vote once here, you can put them in order for me in the chat. So if you want to vote that way and put them in the order that you like. And then grounding. Grounding / earthy. And they're not really all earthy, the grounding fragrances. Remember that, okay? Like the grounding fragrances that are over here, some of them are herbaceous, some of them are kind of clean, like the patchouli and the mint. Some of them are a little more, floral. That's that category. The clean and fresh has things like sweetness in it and citrus in it too, because the lemongrass and the lavender from the deer is very sweet, but it does still feel like a clean and fresh fragrance. Same with the bee and butterfly. It's the lemon and orange. It's very citrus. Then you go to another category, which is the combination of the warm and the woodsy, or the spicy and the woodsy, warm and woodsy. You've got things going on like dragon, which is a middle ground of a lot of those. You've got things like the fox, which is super spicy, or the badger, which is super warm and also sweet. You've got the woodsiness of the bear, or even the woodsiness of the wolf. You've also got things that feel a little more like pine and evergreen. And then same with the sweet category. Sweet category, you've got something that's more fruit forward, something that's more, kind of got some more driftwood vibe, tropical vibes going on, beachy. Some that feel a little more like candy, and some that feel a little more like orchard, a floral orchard with sweetness. So right now we've got a perfect split going on. That's why I'm curious to also see what y'all put in the chat, if you will. Your two favorites are sweet and warm and citrus. Okay, so sweet, warm, and then citrus, which I only have one under the citrus actually, technically. But I think that citrus could also, it falls under the lemon and the rosemary, and also under the lemon with the eucalyptus. And then also I do have orange with the cinnamon, so spicy with citrus, so you like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna do there, and then for me it is sweet, and then sweet, and then I think it's clean and fresh because of the deers and the bee, all of that. I think it's hard for me not to do the warm and woodsy. But okay. I haven't smelled any of them. That's why I haven't voted. It's okay. You can vote if you want to vote, even if you haven't smelled them. At this point, I'm looking more for your opinion. You've been listening to all of my descriptions, and your opinion is valid. It may not be, it's not going to take anything away because of the fact that I've already had so many torchbearers vote for all of these things. It's more just what your favorite type of fragrance category is, especially here. So definitely vote here, even if you've not smelled my candles. What do you tend to like? Sweeter candles? Do you tend to like warm and woodsy and spicy candles? Do you tend to like clean, citrus, fresh kind of candles? Or do you tend to like more grounding and earthy and meditative type of candles? And so grounding, sweet, and clean, and then warm. So grounding, then sweet, So that's under the warm and then sweet. I'm going to put a vote there. And then you don't have to smell them. Right. Thank you. And then Todd put warm, woodsy, then then grounding and earthy, then clean, then fresh, then sweet. So for you, it's warm and woodsy, then the grounding, and then earthy. Okay. And then see, I thought that clean and then fresh. I feel like there are a lot of people that are like you, Todd, that have that buy from my candles that like the warm and woodsy the most, and then the grounding and earthy second. I don't know that I have a ton of people like Jenny that surprised, or Lady Shay, you chose grounding first. I like that because I think that that's less common, and I like those guides a lot, but I don't think that they're as popular when I look at them as a category over there. Like I think separating this out has really been like. Almost like body doubling. So thank y'all. The only scent I can handle is a cinnamon because of my allergies. So you're a warm person. Okay. Actually, everyone under my warm section has cinnamon. I don't like any other spices. I have tried to bring in, I have an allspice. I like it. I've tried to bring in a couple of allspice things or clove. It just doesn't pair as well with other things. Cinnamon pairs with everything. It's so amazing. I love cinnamon so much. So cinnamon, vanilla, cinnamon with frankincense, jasmine, and vanilla, cinnamon with the orange. So I like cinnamon a lot. So okay, cool. This is so helpful, y'all. Let's see here. Okay, I think everything is. I've calculated all of them. Warm and citrus. Okay, I think I calculated all of them, and then the votes that came in here for the winner. Can one more person vote in the poll for me? One more person, please. Just vote in the poll for me because it'll break the tie unless you happen to choose clean and fresh. But it still will at least then let me do a tiebreaker between all of them. So I'll do a tiebreaker if I have to. But someone else vote in the your favorite out of all of that. Right now the winner, it looks like, is warm and woodsy, and then sweet, and then a tie between clean and fresh and earthy. Let's see here, and then you put your two favorites are sweet and warm. Sweet and warm, that was my two favorites too. Actually, I think I chose clean and fresh. And then warm, and then you put warm, clean and fresh before sweet. And then you put, okay. Okay, I'm going to do a tiebreaker here. So first is warm and woodsy. Second is sweet. Third is clean and fresh. No, sorry, third is grounding. Yep, third is grounding, I think. And then fourth is clean and fresh. I think third and fourth are pretty like interchangeable in terms of they're kind of tied. So that makes sense. This is the kind of the order I thought there'd be. I honestly thought sweet was going to be the first. So that's kind of surprising. So again, I'm going to do this poll later on again as well because I want more information, more statistics, more analytics, more statistics, more all of it. And then that way I can see for sure because that's, I love it. Warm and woodsy, sweet. This is so cool. And now I have everything broken down. These are the four. I don't even know where to put them. Maybe here. These four are the ones that are potentially, and then this kind of goes seasonal. Okay. I like this. Now it's time for our reading, y'all. And if anybody wants a candle picking at the end, I will do that. Because I know that you can go and still purchase tonight if you're still doing and interested in, after all this fragrance discussion. If you don't want a candle now, I don't know what to do. Because we just went through the candle line for 3 hours, 3.5 hours almost, of talking about all the different fragrances. We did like 30 different votes. And we have gotten every single fragrance option imaginable described down and discussed. to decide what is staying, what is going, what is your favorite, what's your least favorite, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, what candles you want to see in the future that maybe will be a little more in alignment with your fragrances that you like. So now I'm going to do a card pull for all of us. What deck are we going to pull from? Nope. Okay, one of my favorites, the Sacred Rebels Oracle. We're going to pull from the Sacred Rebels Oracle and see what it has for us. Uh-oh. Someone just changed it. Now it's grounding. I got another vote. So grounding is technically winning there. Interesting, because I have it as third. So then in second, tied in second is Sweet and Warm and Woodsy. So I think that makes sense. Grounding being third then, and Clean and Fresh is in fourth. Sweet is in second, and Warm and Woodsy's in first. Okay, what do you feel? What do you feel? Number 9, completion. Number 9 is the number of completions, most you can carry as an individual. I'm going to read to you the What Do You Feel card from the Sacred Rebels Oracle by Elena Fairchild, okay? So what do you feel? There are so many opinions around you. Some are helpful, but others are distracting you from your truth. Although it can be helpful to hear the thoughts of others, when it all comes down to it, you'll have to come to your own decision. Do you know how unique you are? How your path is your path to be chosen, lived, and created only by you. Someone else cannot become the source of your decision-making power without negative repercussions for both you and them in the long run. This oracle comes to you because you may have become swept up in thinking things through. You have been thinking about which way to go, which matter of importance, with a matter of importance, and how you got a bit stuck in the logic of the decision-making process. Sometimes we have to accept that any path is a path forward, and if it is not the best path, that we can change our approach later on if needed. If we are slightly off base with a decision, life will often shift and move to guide us back on track. We do not need to need to be perfect. Y'all, this is so fitting for moving from TikTok to YouTube and all of those energies, like tonight being that kind of energy of like, I knew I was going to have to do something really out there and new and have to be setting up the live in a different format. And it was actually, I really enjoyed just having, I knew it would probably just be us torchbearers. I liked it because I didn't have to deal with a bunch of people coming through or getting sent to the For You page. And hopefully we'll get a bigger group of people to come over and over to our YouTube so we can have a really good time, much like we have even more expanded on our Sunday lives. So I'm very excited for that. This feels like that new opportunity. It feels like a new beginning, and to have to make decisions for yourself irregardless on what a collective might think or feel. And that happens a lot with my fragrances or with my candles, or even just with as a business person or someone that's on a creative journey. You may feel that way as well, where you're struggling to prioritize what your perspective is and approach to life with balancing the way that society is telling you to operate or the way that things are asking you to show up. And so to really have faith in those things of what you believe to be true and valuable, and not just going based off of what is perceived as true and valuable, or what you've perceived as to be true and valuable based off of what's been given back to you, because it's all happening as this alchemical process, right? You're going, a part of the dance is to actually dance. You can't just not dance and get better at it, right? Okay, so let's see what else it has for us. Sometimes we have to accept we don't have to be perfect. In fact, that we rarely ever have to be perfect to In fact, there rarely is ever a perfect choice to be made. Just sometimes choices that feel more heart-honoring than others. Sometimes we really only know in hindsight if we made the best choice possible in the moment. At the time of the decision making, we only really have our internal wisdom to rely on, and that is all that we need. The oracle of "what do you feel" is telling you there is no need to punish or transmute or traumatize yourself with possible choices. Just making a choice will set things in motion. Uh, the best way to catalyze the situation you are in is to bring about healing change, stimulate your creative juices, and find a more inspired and energized and enjoyable approach to your life. It is just to make a choice based off of what you feel right now, not based off of anyone else's feelings, just yours. So ask yourself, what do I feel right now? And go from there. If you cannot relate to the need to make a choice between two or more clear alternatives, then the oracle brings you the message. You are at a crossroads in your journey, and the choices you make at this time, even simply choosing to do things a little differently without much drama associated with the decision, are powerful triggers for becoming greater magic to enter your life. For some greater magic to enter your life. Take a different approach to something. Be open to what makes you uncomfortable, but could be exciting and interesting. Even small adventures will yield big rewards right now. It matters less that you do the most wonderful thing ever, too much pressure, and more that you simply take an action from the heart. Open up to the creative magic of life and don't worry about how it is all going to work out. The bigger creative flow of life is sorting out all the details, and you are not immune to that plan. In fact, you are a natural part of it. So just spend some time with your own feelings and know that all is going to work out perfectly. Healing practice. This is perfect. Let's do this healing practice as a little meditation. This is something that helps solidify the energy of today, our first live on YouTube. So deep breath in, torchbearers. Close your eyes and relax. Rest your open palms facing up on your legs. Imagine that you have a ball of light in each hand. If you find it hard to visualize or feel, you may prefer to draw this process in your journal instead. Focus on one ball of light first. What color or colors does it feel like? What feelings, words, symbols, or qualities does it have? What about the other ball? What feelings, qualities, symbols does it have? How heavy or light is it? How substantial? What do you feel about it? Do you like it? Turn your attention back to the first ball. Back to the second ball. Back to the first ball. Do they feel different? Do you feel a connection between them? A mirroring, maybe? Now turn your attention to the second ball of light. Investigate closely. Explore. When you're ready, I want you to choose one of these balls of light. There is no wrong or right choice, just whatever captures your attention, energy, or heart most at this moment. The other may be there waiting for you later on if it needs be, or it might be easily released if that's what most serves your life path and creative journey. You may like to take that chosen ball of light and imagine sending it out into the universe with love. If you've drawn it in your journal, you might like to add words, feelings, or colors. When you have finished, simply say, "My choices flow easily from my heart. and I tread my path with certainty and grace, always within the merciful protection of unconditional love. So be it. And I know you didn't get all that, so I'll say it again. My choices flow easily from my heart, and I tread my path with certainty and grace, always within the merciful protection of unconditional love. So be it. My choices flow easily from my heart, and I tread my path with certainty and grace, always within the merciful protection of unconditional love. So be it. When you're ready, simply open your eyes and you have completed your healing process. Our first live on YouTube has been complete. We've done a mini healing. We've worked with spirit guide intention candles. We've discussed every fragrance under the sun that I've created, and what we've ordered them. We've put them in. It's funny that it was a card all about opinion and perspective too, and that you have to still listen to your voice above all, which is something in my journey of my business I've very much had to still maintain, even though you guys love to, inspire me and tell me what fragrances you love, and it definitely affects and has an effect on where I head and what I continue to work on. But that's a big reminder in all of our journeys to remember that there's a reason why you're heading up this section and why you're doing what you're doing in your life, and we have to keep those things as clear from the toxicity of the unbalanced ego, or even the fears and the lack mindsets of what we think of not being able to fill up our own cup, or make our own decisions, or think that someone needs to tell us the right way to do something or the wrong way, or that there's just one way or approach, and that if you do this and you do that or you do this, then things are going to work better or be in better flow for you. And then this is where it's even thinking, was there one ball of energy? Did you struggle to choose? Did you choose? Could you not choose? That's also a choice, and is also a part of the energy of what it's coming to reflect upon you, and why you feel you can't move forward and struggle to make decisions, or feel that you are too in between to think of something as being prioritized over another. And like it said, just because the focal point becomes one, it doesn't mean that the other one goes away. If it's meant to be released, it will be. But if not, it will come around in a way for you to work on it, and to ignite your passion with it, or to reintroduce it into your journey, or who knows what the purpose behind it may be. What do you feel? What do you feel? I even kind of look like her. Look, with the little white shirt, like, not her in like an open collared, capitalism is not what I'm trying to say. Corporate America attire with a loose tie, and she's got an apple and an orange. She's like, what fragrance? We're comparing apples and oranges all night long. And the moon up above, like, intuitively deciding, listening to your intuition. Which one? Apples and oranges. Apples and oranges. Apples and oranges. Y'all, this was so much fun. I love it. I thank you for being here. Let's howl and close out our live. It has been a very wonderful experience to be here for the first time on YouTube. I'm hoping this will all save and upload so that you can watch this later, or whoever didn't get to watch it all. I know some of you had to go, so you can come back, and then you can leave me your votes in the comments below. What fragrances, you can vote along with the votes and count your tallies and all that stuff. And then it'll be a fun thing for me to go back and also look at as I go through and figure out these categories. But if anybody wants a candle picking too before I go, please put it up in the chat. I'm going to take a second to check the chat. But it's been awesome, and I'm very thankful for all of you for hanging out and checking it all out. Looks like, the votes are coming in here too. Keep changing. Now woodsy and earthy are the winners. So funny. Or warm, woodsy, and earthy are the winners. And then sweet and clean and fresh are tied. So I think that's interesting. Let's see here. Oh no, upset baby. The Melting Pot Tarot, welcome. How are you? Thank you for being here. Hello. I'm just wrapping up my live. We did a ton of votes on all of the different candles, and I was doing a final vote too on your favorite type of fragrance. I did a reading, and the card that came out for our collective here is the What Do You Feel? We just did a whole channeled message about it, and now we were going to howl as a collective, which is actually from the Wolf Spirit Guide. Really wonderful practice. We did it at the beginning. We'll do it here at the end. If you would like a candle intuitively picked for you, though, I do offer intuitive candle pickings. Everything is currently 22% off on my website for the next couple days here as a goodbye to TikTok, because we could be losing TikTok and we're migrating over here to YouTube. And so I do have longer formatted video readings that you can watch, all those goodies and things like that here on my YouTube channel. And if you want to work with me on a one-on-one, I currently have my video readings on sale on 22% off as well. And that's on my website, Spirit Guide Apothecary. The link is in my bio. Same way that you would get to go to work with any of these candles if you'd like to work with any of these guides. Are you have a regular night on YouTube? Yes, now it's going to be, if the TikTok ban goes through, it will be Sunday, every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If the TikTok ban does not go through and I can maintain my TikTok, maybe I'll pick a day that will go live here on YouTube. But if not, it's all my content is coming over here to YouTube, and my weekly lives will go here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. I will change my sporadic lives to over here on YouTube as well, and I do often let you guys know in the Discord when I am going live if I haven't already shared it. And I forgot to do that today. I did send it on the email list as opposed to the Discord. But let's see here. Sub, you wish all the best. Thank you so much, Rogue. I appreciate you. Rogue's my favorite X-Men. So I love that I got a Rogue Remedies coming in. That's very, feels like a nice little sign. So thank you very much. I appreciate you. And the Melting Pot, I know you. I feel like you've been on my TikTok, right? I know the Melting Pot. That's so, I know your tarot readings, I feel. I'm trying to get familiar with all of your YouTube names. A lot of your names are different from TikTok, so okay, cool, y'all. Let's howl. If anybody wants a candle picking, put it up in the chat. Let's howl on 3. Don't force it. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Thank you for being here, Torchbearers. I love you all so very much. I'm going to give it just a second as you all are tapping and also letting me know if you would like a candle picking. Thank you for your orders tonight. I saw some of them coming in. If I forgot to mention it, thank you for your orders. I'm going to be packing up tomorrow morning, everything really early, and trying to get it all out to the post office. I've got a lot of orders that are going out in the morning already packed up. And so if I can get to your orders, I will get to them and get them out with those. Baby Howl. All right, I love you all. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful night. I will see you soon. Remember that you're creating your own reality. Believing in yourself really does go so far into creating that reality and in shifting the perspectives of your own reality, because it also helps to change the language that you're talking to yourself with. That is the best place to start. In all those meditations, everything that we spend time here doing, it all is part of tools that will help establish a better mindset and a healthier balance in your life. Doesn't mean you're not human. It doesn't mean you're not going to be crying on the floor of the bathroom of the shower when you're grinding through some grief or another layer of this healing journey, or you're just questioning your God. Why do you have to be going through it the way that you're going through it right now? So we just have to, be patient with ourselves and recognize that we're floating on a freaking ball of gas in the middle of nowhere. So try to lighten up a little bit and have a little more fun, and then celebrate the areas of magic that this world has to offer. That's through the connection of humans, the connections of animals and nature, and also the presentness of your day-to-day life. Because I guarantee if you actually looked at your day-to-day life, you'd find a lot more things that are exciting and fun if you were to just look at it through the small, simplistic nature of a human's life of joy, or a human's life of experience. Some of it is harder than other moments, And for some people, sadly, even harder than we can even imagine, like the devastating effects that are happening in war zone places, or even Gaza and Sudan, Congo, so many things. Like it's a mess. Or even here in the United States with California, the wildfires, or we just experienced the floods in the eastern parts here. We're still recovering from a lot of that. Luckily, it's just a lot going on. So we can always find a place to be grounded and to try to look for the silver lining, because it's easy to lose yourself amongst the sadness of everyday life. So we have to gather as a community of torchbearers, gather as community of loved ones, and keep people in your circle and interact with them, and send a message, someone you haven't sent a message to in a really long time this week. Send them a message, even if it's just, hey, I've been thinking about you, I love you, wanted you to know, I haven't been able to catch up with you, but you've been on my heart. Simple as that, and it will do so much, I guarantee it. I love you. Bye, y'all. Now let me see how I get off of this. So, awkward moment while I figure out how to end the stream. Oh, it's right there. Bye. Oh.